did. They see what happened is that it actually dropped because their CEO had resigned. And you know when CEOs and stuff leave companies and stuff, you know people panic and they start. So it dropped down to like about $1.50 a share.
This Bitcoin stock?
No, this little weed stock.
Oh, okay.
And I had to go ahead. I'm like, man, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up some of these real quick, especially when it was up to. It was actually over the course of the year. It was up a little bit. So
you said you picked up some of these.
Picked up about. I dropped about $50 on it just to see what it's gonna do.
So you bought like a quarter?
I mean, as long as
was it loud though? Was it loud? I was about to say, as long as it was loud, we good to go, man.
Get a hearing aid for my lung.
But let's get the show started, man. Look, this is the contraption. This is how we got to do the theme song this week. Look. It's a little bootleg.
Oh, no, man. You know this is my favorite part of the show, man. I can't vibe like that.
You can't vibe like this?
No.
Can y'all hear it? A little bit? No?
I mean, I hear it, but it's not the same.
You know what? Yeah, grab that for me, Maxwell. Yeah, cancel the theme song. Welcome back to the JMatt Show. That was weak.
And the theme song is pretty dope, though.
I love the theme song.
Like when I hear that, like y'all coming on, like it's
I think I used to it.
Show, right?
Yeah.
Now, let me go ahead and, I know I welcomed everybody back to the show. This is show, 61?
Yeah.
I'm really proud to be here with my fellas today. We got my man Wayne, of course, co-host. We got brother-in-law JMatt.
Yes.
Yo.
And today is picture day. We got my man Maxwell over here.
What's happening?
Taking some professional photos for the JMatt Show, man. We trying to get legit, man. I'm trying to get y'all one of the best listening experiences, video experiences of any podcast, radio show.
Visual experience.
Yeah, we're trying to turn up, man. So
I got my red cup.
Red cup. I got my Scentsy made Ryan Geist. That's my shit. We drinking the truth today and knowledge. Truth and knowledge together is beautiful, man. That's what we all need in our life.
They'll never know what's in this cup.
I do want to go ahead and say I appreciate everybody sticking through all these technical difficulties I've been having, man. Like I said, I got the new operating system. Shit wasn't working as planned last week, so it was. If you was looking for the show last week on Spotify, it's only available on YouTube. Go check it out. Still a good show. Real good content on there.
Yeah, the show must go
on. And today, turns out, I'm able to record audio, able to record the visual, but I'm still trying to figure out how to hook up these sound effects, man. Because I'm actually about to get a real good soundboard.
You're going to have to beatbox.
You got it.
That's about it, man.
You got it. You legacy.
And we got to improvise.
No, but you legacy.
No. He's not here today.
You did no beats.
This is Wayne.
So all you did was rap?
That's it.
You ain't produce?
I'll produce one beat.
What's that beat? Give it to me.
No.
Acapulco, man. Come on, man.
Where you going?
Acapulco.
Oh, man.
We snowbirds, man. We fly south in the wintertime, man. So what we got
trying to bring legacy to the JMatt Show.
No, we should, and I think we're going to have to revisit that too.
We would never revisit that.
We will one of these days, man. How was your weekend?
Weekend was dope.
Look over there. Get that shot. How was your weekend, JMatt?
It was heartbreaking, man.
Heartbreak? Oh.
It was heartbreaking.
Let everybody know why it was heartbreaking.
Because Deontay Wilder lost to Tyson Fury.
You really do sound sad too.
Yeah, I'm better now. You know, I had Sunday was tough, man. It was a tough day. Really? Saturday night, Sunday morning, it was tough, but I talked to my father Sunday, and
he had to talk to his dad.
Yeah, he made me feel better. You know.
You had to talk to your daddy.
Yeah, I had to call my OG up, man, and get my mind right, man. So.
Is Tyson? I mean, is Wilder like a relative? Like,
hey, man,
no.
What the fuck is going on?
No, so a lot of people a lot of people don't know. So I talk boxing with my dad a lot. My father's a former boxing trainer.
Okay.
So.
Did he fight himself?
He used to fight himself.
Was he Golden Gloves?
No.
You know, all the old niggas back in the day was Golden Gloves.
Nah, no Golden Gloves. He just was.
What's up, Reg?
What up, Rob?
You know, former, street fighter.
See,
like I said, he trained some fighters some years back and that kind of thing.
You said, hold on, wait a second. No, look, you might have to elaborate on the former street fighter thing.
Well, okay, so are y'all familiar with the Black Nationals from back in the day?
I heard of
Black
him.
nationalists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and the Huff riots and all of that.
Yeah.
Well, my old man was a part of all of that. He was a black nationalist.
Well, that was back in like Don King day, right?
60s, 70s.
Yeah, I think so.
Somewhere in there. Before we were born, of course.
Right.
But so my father's role in the Black Nationalists of Cleveland was he was the minister of defense. So he taught, like guerrilla tactics and stuff.
Oh, so
like
he
that.
was like, so if it was like so he's like the enforcer.
Yeah, I mean, he taught guys how to defend themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
So he was like the trainer, like the FOI shit.
Similar
Right.
to the FOI. Yeah.
Just on some street level shit. Brass knuckles and shit like that.
Black
Well,
Panthers.
I ain't gonna say brass knuckles and stuff like that. Just
Like
how
you
to
talking
defend
about
yourself.
real street fight, like you about to
Yeah,
come down the
no,
street
not
with
like
like
that.
chains.
I don't
and shit.
know,
Not
This
like
ain't
that.
no,
We
this
just-
ain't no Beach Street
No.
Wrong side
video.
respects
Like,
and shit.
Just
Like-
how to defend yourself.
Black Panthers and
Yeah.
how to load a weapon, shoot a weapon.
How to defend yourself. You know.
like
any
it's
means
necessary. Right. Exactly.
So okay, all right. So how did this translate into you needing to call your daddy for more?
So,
support?
cause we talk boxing anyway, right? So I just called him up, and like, what'd you think about the fight? And we just chopped it up, man.
Hey man, listen. I knew he was hurt. When I get that call on Sunday morning, man, I'm talking, man, I heard it in his voice, man. It wasn't even hurt.
Who called you?
Man, JMatt. JMatt was sick.
You was calling everybody, huh?
JMatt was so sick, man.
Well,
And
Wayne had said some stuff on Facebook, and I was like, man, Wayne, he was on drugs.
Hey, you ain't gonna say the dude was
I
on
said he was
drugs.
and I still kind of believe it. Cause I mean, like he was licking the blood off of him, man.
Well, I did hear that Tyson Fury has some mental problems.
That's some like Neanderthal type shit. Like, what the you?
He said he wanted to taste his blood before the fight, though, and he had his opportunity and he took it.
Like, you licking this dude's blood. Like, it's one thing to say it. Like, fighters talk a lot anyway, but he did.
That's
Hey,
why
Mike
I
Tyson.
respect
Mike
it.
Tyson said he was gonna eat Lennox kids, man. I believed him, man. I'm like, keep your
Yeah, but
kids
come
away
on,
from
like-
that man.
Oh, that's
Said I'm gonna eat your children.
I don't know. In my mind,
some
Nick, you
others.
got to be on some kind of substance, man.
All right,
Blood off
well,
of that.
since we into the topic of the Fury Wilder fight heavy, what was y'all's favorite? Let me just say mine. Those were the two of the best entries I've ever seen of any fight ever, bruh. Tyson took his sweet old time coming to the ring, and he came out 1st. Usually, if a nigga take 10 minutes to get to the ring, you the last nigga to enter the ring. He was first.
Only person I ever seen take that long is the Undertaker.
Well, he did get up like the Undertaker
God.
on that first fight when he
Yeah.
took Wilder's
Yeah, he
hardest punch. He got up just like the Undertaker. I heard the theme song in my brain as he was getting up from that canvas, bruh. So the nigga's a beast. He came in with the crown, with the ladies, and he was singing the lyrics to the song on the way to the ring.
Man, listen. Wilder's entrance was so dope until he went in there and got broke off the way he did. But then, more importantly, to use wearing the Transformer sorcerer suit as a reason for why his legs wasn't there during the fight, man. Like, so you chose
I'm
this.
glad you said that.
You chose this outfit to come out to the ring with. It was dope.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
And you saying that this is part, like, man, come
That's a
on, man,
bullshit
like
excuse.
who? Look, I wouldn't even have said that.
It's the thing.
I wouldn't even have
Are
said
we
it. Even
supposed to-
if it's the truth.
That's enough.
I don't care if it's the truth. You can't say that.
Are we supposed to believe that he didn't try this suit on before the show? I mean, before not the show, before the fight, he didn't try the suit on.
Yeah, so the night before, apparently he did try it on. However, and I'm not making an excuse for him. He lost, whatever. He didn't walk, whatever, however many 1,000 feet, 5,000 feet, however long it took him, because apparently he had done a lot of walking in this suit. So,
For what though?
to get to the ring.
He's
So-
talking about just coming from the dressing room.
Yeah, coming
out.
from the dressing
He
room.
ain't,
So-
obviously he ain't
so
walked that
he had-
distance when
so-
he turned it on.
Again, not making any excuse for him, but I'm just trying to understand. I'm trying to go there mentally with him. So,
That's a terrible excuse, by the way.
well, it may be. I wouldn't have said it. But
Yeah, that's my only thing.
I
It
wouldn't have
very
said
well may be valid. I
But-
can see it being valid.
I can't.
So apparently he had it on for like 15 minutes before he had even came out. And then he walked out with it on, and then he said once he took it off immediately he felt it, and I could kind of maybe see that, maybe.
But here's my problem with it. Man, listen,
man.
I done rock 50-pound vests to work out in, run in, all kind of
You
stuff.
just took my words out of my mouth.
Right, I done wore these vests, and what I'm saying is that even for him to walk out with that on, to take that off, that it's a relief for me. If anything, taking
You
it
gonna
off,
feel
it's
limber.
not wearing me down to make it where it's like, all right, man, my legs is gone because I just walked out here. So that's why I'm kind of looking at it. It makes me feel like it's bogus. But also, if we talking that, what did they say that the costume was like? About 40 pounds. 40 pounds.
That's
So we
not a
talking
lot.
about 40 pounds. So you 6'12" out here, like, man, like you a big dude. You a boxer, you in great shape. If you telling me that you can't come walk out to the ring with a 40-pound suit on and be able to take it, you talking about your legs gone, that's insulting for me as a spectator to be like, what kind of shape was you in coming out to this fight? Because that's another problem that I got with the fight itself. I feel like he was not in shape for this fight. That's what bothers me.
He
And for him to
assumed he would
say that, if that's true,
Watch
that
that camera, man.
validates my thoughts on
Camera,
feeling like he was out of shape for this fight.
Well, I mean, in my mind, it was a lot of things that probably went into. It is a lot of things that went into why he lost. Because, I mean, he's not a boxer. He can't fight.
He's a brawler.
You know,
He's a brawler.
He has a right hand, a strong right hand, a vicious right hand.
Yeah.
And that's his bread and butter right there.
I'm not into really making excuses for nobody, and I'm damn sure nobody makes those excuses for no prize fighter out there making billions of dollars. Don't come in if I feel like he had that excuse in the tuck already. Like, he wouldn't have said shit if he won about his legs. Don't come in with no built-in excuse ready to give to your damn post interview. That shit was terrible to me. That's like, don't do that, bro. Just say you
I seen
lost.
one person actually have an excuse during a fight, but they still won. I remember Roy Jones was fighting with a broke hand. But he still went whooped ass.
That's
But he
legit.
spoke about it. I give
That's
it
all
to
the way
you.
legit.
Well, Deontay
$8.
Wilder has in the past he's had injuries that he's fought with too. At least he said he did. You know, obviously he won with.
Did he come into those fights and post interview give excuses or reasons why he wasn't his tip top shape?
I'm just saying he said in the past like, oh yeah, I had torn bicep or something, but I still came out and won and dominated the fight. So I heard him say stuff like that before, but so I don't know. I mean, like I said, I wouldn't have said it. I wouldn't have made any excuses. I mean, okay, the better man won.
See, you know what? I'm glad you just said that because, in all fairness to him, and I'm gonna ask y'all the question because a lot of the things that I've heard him say, like notice I asked you about, did he say this about the wearing the suit and everything? Because I didn't even watch his post game what he had to say afterwards, so I don't know
think
what
he
he said.
interviewed after the fight. I know his trainer came out and had did.
No, he definitely interviewed him.
Did he interview?
Because
So
Yeah,
I'm saying like at the actual press conference.
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm talking about in the ring.
But the question,
Oh, yeah,
that's what I'm talking about in the
Yeah,
ring.
yeah.
Because the question I want to ask is that, at any point, did he just give any credit to Tyson Fury?
I didn't hear it.
That's my thing, because I didn't see it, so I don't want to just say it, but I have not heard anything where
That's a good point.
they said, he actually said, hey, that man fought a good fight, hey, he came ready, prepared, whatever.
You know, I might have heard
like
that.
he might have, but like I said, I didn't watch it to know. But I'm hearing a lot of excuses, but nowhere in none of that have I heard anybody say that Wilder said that, man, he was the better man tonight.
I wonder, did they say how much his outfit cost?
Man, I don't know, man.
Because
He
he
looked like a
tripped me
straight
out when the
Decepticon.
amount that he should've paid for a better
eyes
trainer.
lit up. That shit was
That's
tripped
what he
out.
should have did.
Yeah. I mean, bottom line is this: you got a whole wife that you keep that's little.
Remember, we got the camera behind you.
Yeah. you got a whole wife that you carry that you could possibly carry around. You mean tell me she weighed less than 40 pounds? That's
No, she
one.
was thick.
Yeah, she was.
I seen her on the whole walkout. She was mad too.
Right.
So
So
she came out gracefully
So
at
you
first.
mean tell me that you can scoop that, but you can't handle 40 pounds?
Yeah, exactly.
Bottom line is you got hit in your side of your head, hitting your ear. Your equilibrium was off. One of the first shots he did was to his side of his head.
Yeah,
you
he got
talking about
knocked
a
down.
brawler against a boxer? He brought a knife. He brought some guns.
Yeah, but Tyson Fury really can't fight. He's like not that good.
No, he's just a bit. But you know, it goes back to what we were saying before the show
For his
started.
size, he's great.
I think Anthony Joshua is a better boxer,
He's definitely he's way more.
and that's why I say
it.
if they fight, I'm going with Joshua.
Yeah.
Anthony Joshua he just killed me with that whole Ruiz loss, man. But
Well,
I still believe that he's the better heavyweight.
Also, really quick, what was said, because I think we even heard at the night of the fight they said his eardrum got busted or something. Apparently, that wasn't the case.
No, his ear was cut. You can see
Yeah,
that.
it was bleeding.
Yeah, the blood
they
was
kept
from
going in there.
Yeah, they said the blood was from a cut.
Oh, so his equilibrium was fine.
Yeah, they said it was like he got
so-
6 stitches in his ear.
So he was legit just stumbling and bumbling around the ring.
I say he was out of shape.
I say he got beat up.
Look at this. You out of shape. You get beat up. You out of shape.
I don't
You
make
get
no
beat up.
excuses for
And then in
nobody.
addition to that, you just said that your legs wasn't there because of this suit that you wore. So this, like all of the stuff you saying,
I don't make no excuses.
Man,
for
come
no
on, man.
You
who
got a
had
point.
all
If
this
he was
time-
in shape, it wouldn't have mattered.
wouldn't have mattered.
all this time to get prepared for a fight where you're making millions. You don't have no excuses, bro. But I don't want to have no debate about.
Wait a minute, hold on. I gotta say this before we go because, and this is on a different topic. I have a problem with the fact that every time that we as spectators have a critique or we want to say something about sports, why does it always turn into a situation of we trying to dog black people?
Who said that?
That was part of where my post on one of my posts on Facebook came from because everybody talking about like, yeah, man, he got so much support from his country and we as black people, as soon as somebody do something like, man, I'm like, did you see my post when I said that why every time something turn into an attack on black people every single time that we have something we want to say about sports, it's always like if we say something about one of our own, everybody like, why you gotta talk about that black man? I even seen a post where they talking about, look, his wife,
Are you
she
talking
gonna
about
be
negative stuff?
man, they was talking about memes and everything, but I'm talking about just period in general. Like even being like for example, somebody came at me because I said Wilder couldn't box and had poor defense. I've been saying this when he was undefeated.
That's
That's
true.
just my.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. That ain't me trying to dog the black, but I'm supposed to sit. I'm sorry because he black.
You gotta
I'm
stop
not-
arguing with people that don't know shit.
I didn't argue. I ain't argue shit. It was the fact that I saw it. But my thing is, I'm bringing it to the
Nobody
JMatt
talking about
show.
Martin Luther King.
I'm bringing it to the JMatt show to say, hey, y'all gotta stop being so sensitive out there. You know, like anybody out there that's listening, watching, whatever. If you one of them people that want to sit up there and go and critique somebody or say something, make it like somebody got this self-hate thing going on because I can't say something about somebody that's the same color as me. Hey, I'm just gonna say it right here. Hey, kiss my ass. It just is what it is. Kiss my ass. Fight me. I don't care. You know,
Wayne is violent, bro.
I'm not, man. I'm tired.
Every week you come here and want to fight somebody. You call every week. You ask one of our listeners to fight you.
First of all, I'm selling wolf
What
tickets.
the
I ain't about
fuck?
to fight nobody. I'm
Nah, man, you Wayne training and you feeling good.
I am feeling good, but I would have said this shit when I was out of shape too, though. That's just.
I never knew you was a bully.
I'm not a bully. I'm hot-headed. It's a difference.
He be like, I thought you actually when you say, you know what, I'm about to go say it. I thought you was about to say, you know what? Fuck it.
No. I personally,
Because that's
no,
your
I
shit.
didn't say it. I didn't say it on purpose
He
because
like-
you say I'll be dropping the F-bombs. I'm not dropping no F-bombs on the JMatt show no more. I'm out of them. No more F-bombs.
Now, if you drop an F-bomb, we got to do some Wayne Trains activities.
10 push-ups every time I drop an
10?
F-bomb.
No, it's 25.
10,
25 for an
25
F-bomb?
at least 25.
No, man. This is the JMatt show, not Wayne Trains.
But you train.
I mean, but I feel that, man. I do that in the gym.
All right, man. Speaking of weight training, a story we didn't get to last week. My nigga had a whole lot of weight.
You gonna use weight training?
I'm
to
trying to get my
that-
segues popping.
That was dope. That was dope.
I'm trying to get my segues
That
popping.
was dope.
I ain't never pushed as much weight as Greg Robinson in real life. You know what I'm saying? I was like a part-time hustler when I was out here doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? I was never 100-pound nigga.
He out here moving people's max.
Yeah. Yeah. So Greg Robinson, former Cleveland Brown. I didn't know that he was playing in a Canadian league. Yeah. So he's in a Canadian league now.
Wait a minute, the Browns?
No, he was just with us just
This past season, yeah.
Well, he ain't now.
Yeah, he
Well, his contract is up anyway.
Yeah, they
Right.
were bringing
What, from what I read, it could be a incorrect story, but I thought he was employed by a Canadian football team now.
Okay.
Could be wrong.
Okay.
Like I said, we got to get better with the fact checking here on the JMatt
Yeah,
show.
like he's on the Browns roster.
But Greg was caught with his co-D, who was another former NFL player, driving along the Mexican border with 157 pounds of weed. Now, he was actually
That's
not
a good day.
as he was. So he wasn't trying to. He wasn't. I don't know where he was coming from.
California,
He was coming from Cali.
traveling to Louisiana.
Along the border, though, and that's what caught the attention of,
Right.
of the border patrol.
Right.
And they pulled him over. The
Stupid.
dogs came out.
Stupid.
And it was a wrap for Mr. Robinson. Mr. Robinson, you know what I'm saying? You got to push a lot of that weight in prison now.
And what are you looking at
Fair time.
20?
It's fair time.
20
They said
years.
20
yeah.
I mean, he looking at it. I don't think he gonna do the 20, but
Nah, it's just weed. It's just weed.
But the
Mike.
question is why though, and you know.
that's a great question.
See, and the thing is too.
Why did he have the weed?
he just had,
No, not why did he have a weed? Why
Yeah.
were you there?
Yeah, why were you? You okay? So I can't count his pockets. I don't know his money situation, but he had a $5 million contract last season. We're just talking about.
Now,
last
you know it's not all guaranteed. It's NFL.
I get that, but
Not
either way,
guaranteed money.
either way it go, you supposed to have a runner handling that. You're not supposed to. You're not supposed.
And why
to
you doing
touch it.
hand-to-hand transactions?
You tripping.
Because it's
You
fun.
tripping.
Fuck is wrong with y'all?
Because
It's adventurous.
Like you.
Now, men just get pumped watching Power and think they
Yeah,
can do
it's-
that.
That's
There is-
They wasn't
Now-
doing no hand-to-hand transactions. They-
Y'all-
First of all, if
Yeah, they have people.
I mean, you got a nigga that's an Uber driver sitting up here taking you. Like, come on, you're not even supposed to be in that car. You
No.
tripping?
Not at all.
Like, come on, man.
Oh,
Some people-
it was an Uber driver.
No.
But it was somebody he knew
He
that
was
was
the
supposed
driver.
to be a Uber driver that was in the car, but it would like you just got an Uber to have you go and do this. Like, he's an idiot. But
First
that
off-
was something I read. You know, they be having all kind of different stuff in articles, so you never know. What's
First
what.
off, you're not a very prepared drug smuggler if the dog is smelling the weed.
Mm-hmm.
You're not doing a good job, mister.
There's ways around that.
Who trained you?
Who raised?
Wayne didn't train.
Did he have any training? He had no street training. You don't drive along the border if you're not trying to get caught. That's the worst place to drive.
First of all, more than likely,
Asshole.
this is not the first time that he's done this, and you know how people
Oh.
is. Once you do something the first time, you think that's the way, and you keep on doing it or whatever. But idiot, yeah, they'll keep on letting you do it so they can keep on. So the next time they gonna catch your ass.
Oh,
They're building their case.
what was the other dude? He was a former Brown as well. Man, we got a real bad track record with players. We're not as bad as Cincinnati is, but
It's bad.
what was the dude who we signed him to a contract, linebacker? I think it was Kendricks. He got caught for the tax evasion, a white collar crime.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And he
Yeah.
was
That
he
was
played
2
out
years
the
ago.
whole season
That was 2 years
with
ago.
his
2 years ago.
indictment and shit weighing over his head. So
Yeah.
he played football, and then he just was like, I'm gonna go
He
to
had to go
prison
back,
at some time, but
He
I'm
had
gonna
to
play
sign himself in.
football right now.
Yeah, he
So-
just recently played with Seattle. I don't
Yeah,
think it
he
was
did.
tax evasion.
It was
though.
some white collar
something-
shit, though.
Yeah, it was definitely a white collar crime. I
It
think.
was insider training.
Yeah, insider
Oh.
trading. Yeah, that's that Martha Stewart shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did her
So,
time too.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, Martha did her time, man.
shout out to Greg Robinson, man. You gotta get. Hopefully, when you incarcerated, you get some better training in there.
Crime school.
He'll get his Boston
Right,
George on.
Right,
He,
Boston George.
he gonna go in
That's
with
exactly
the
it.
weed charge to come out, whatever, with his
Cocaine,
Coke.
nigga.
Yeah,
I'm graduated.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's enough for Greg Robinson. Now, did y'all hear about the Australian little boy who was going viral? His mom put his mom
Come on, man. We
put
not
him
gonna
on,
do
on
that.
video with him crying, and he's an Australian little boy. I think his name is Caden Bayliss or Biles or something like that. Again, we got to get more prepared, but it was viral this week. He suffers from dwarfism, so he's a little person.
Okay.
Big head, little fingers, and and he.
Hey man, you can't bring this type of shit on me, man. You can't bring this type of shit on me, man. No.
You got the little sausages.
No, man. Like, man, come on,
You
man.
don't know about this.
I am not mature enough for this subject.
I'm
not mature enough for this subject,
Poor
man.
Caden, man.
You-
His mom videotaped him crying his big eyeballs out because he was getting stared at by some people. And this was all allegedly, because you have to basically be like, all right, we got to basically trust his mom to be telling the truth.
So hold on. Let me just clarify something out the gate.
Go ahead.
So is this little? Is
Go ahead.
That's what I thought you was going to say.
Is it official that this is really a little boy?
No, I heard it was a hoax.
Because they saying
It's
that
not
this
a
a grown ass man.
No. That was a part of the conspiracy shit that made it all funny.
That was
That's what made it
the
go
question that
viral.
I was gonna ask. Like, are we even sure that
He's not.
Yeah, because that's
He's not Benjamin Button.
No, man, I heard that he was just a grown man posing as this little boy to be able to get some dough.
That's fucked up, but that's not happening, man.
So that's not the truth.
He's not Benjamin
Do
Button.
you know for a fact? No, forget the Benjamin Button. Like, no, he dwarfism. You can be a grown man and still look like that.
Yeah,
but they
Bush
showing
McNeil.
this dude out here kicking it like.
Yeah, I did see him. He was throwing up gang signs in one video with like a Burberry jumpsuit.
So are these two totally different people, or
No, it's the same person.
So it's got to be a hoax.
But I don't think it's a hoax. I think this is a part of that society we live in with that attention, and I think his mom is exploiting it.
And no, it gotta be a hoax because if they saying that he's 9 years old, but in real life they talk about this nigga's a grown man.
No, I'm telling you, he's not. He's not a grown man. It's been that's the part that
well,
made it
them
viral.
pictures are showing some activity that's definitely showing that he's a grown man.
What did
and
he
not
do?
a
I
nine.
didn't see this.
Oh my God, you ain't seen nothing.
Was he in the strip club?
Man, he been all over the place.
He was in the strip club?
Is he
They've been
smoking?
showing
He
other stuff.
kicking it? Man, oh my God,
yeah,
you ain't
it's
seen
straight
nothing.
hoax.
Okay, so it's not a kid then. That's
Yeah,
confirmed.
no.
Like, come on,
Nah,
man.
That's confirmed.
His
then.
name is Craig Johnson.
Hold on,
Craig.
Craig Johnson.
All I know is Craig done raised $500,000 for anti-bullying.
No, he is taking that money and making it rain.
Now let's talk about it because I have a lot of questions that came up when this story. First off, question was, if this is a little dwarf that's 9 years old,
His mama wrong.
why would you film your son crying as he's hurt and put it online?
It ain't no
That don't make
guarantee that that's his mom.
It's not. That's what I'm saying. Like, so my first thing starts with the adult in the situation,
Filming it.
not the little dwarf adult, but the mom adult. Why are you videotaping this, right? Man, there's so many things that came out because I had to look into it.
That just lets me know it's fake, because I don't think a real human mom would do
No,
that.
they would.
Yeah,
Real human moms.
Yeah.
Real human moms
Not a
drown
human
their
mom.
babies in the tub. So that shit. No, I don't put shit past nobody.
I feel you.
But the other thing is, I'm trying to figure out Hugh Jackman and all these celebrities that are pledging money and donating money. How the fuck does money help stop bullying?
So
Because he was trying to go to Disney World, so wasn't
Oh, so you guys gonna take him to a trip,
he? To make him stop.
and then when he go back to school, the bullying continues.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, did you get a job playing one of the Munchkins?
So no, what they was trying to say is that it was supposed to go to these anti-bullying campaigns, but I have not seen one anti-bullying campaign work against bullying. Y'all seen it? Y'all seen any bullying stop over these years? I've seen policies put in place to like reprimand people for it, but at the end of the day, bullying ain't going nowhere.
Bullying is here to stay, but bullying
Bullying is necessary.
the reason
It
they
is
can't-
necessary. That's why these kids so fucking soft now.
Right.
Damn it.
See?
25, 25, baby.
Oh
On
man.
camera. Right in front. No, right in front, bro.
Man, you gonna put me in front of
Yeah,
the
man.
camera doing this, man?
So,
But I don't know if it's like
man.
so. A lot of stuff we say bullying. What happened to just ranking? Like you
No,
can't
but-
just rank like you
Yeah,
know,
you're
just
right.
talk about somebody's shoes.
but
or
this is
something
what
like
I was
that.
about to say, and this goes to the last episode. When Wayne's partner in crime was here, they proved that they both bullies. They called me gay. Your wife called me gay like 3 times.
Did she?
Yeah, man.
She does that.
Bully.
Sorry.
Fucking bully.
My
That's not
apologies.
bullying though, bro.
See? Goddamn. See?
Technically, it is.
What's bullying?
Technically,
Yeah, today,
bullying is a matter of
in
opinion.
2020 it is.
Bullying
technically
is what offends
always
me.
been
See,
bullying.
look, and I said exactly what
we just ain't
Maxwell
soft.
said, and
So,
your
we
wife
just
said,
ain't
So,
"Oh,
soft.
right,
that's
so that's what I'm saying. Man. Like, so I can't.
Hey, man, we can't have sidebar conversations.
Okay.
We're on the podcast.
Yeah, but the way she is, anytime she feel like a man being sensitive, she gonna say, "Well, that's gay."
She called my sign gay too. She said that's a rainbow. That's not a fucking rainbow.
So all I was saying to
Wow.
JMatt is like technically it's bullying, but we just ain't soft.
The problem is that's the thing. This generation,
Thank you.
you can't say shit.
No,
You can't say nothing. Everything is bullying.
Okay.
They felt like I bullied Deontay Wilder by saying he couldn't box.
Again,
But he just made
technically,
25 million.
You can't bully
Technically,
Deontay
it is
Wilder. He'll fuck
bullying.
you up.
bullying ain't
Nah,
soft.
you can punch me in the ear. Dang it.
Technically, it's still bullying. Technically, it's bullying.
Well, but the thing,
just ain't soft.
bullying is in the eye of the beholder.
I wouldn't consider so like if y'all like clowning me about whatever, like I'm probably like 9 times out of 10 I'm gonna laugh with you as long as it ain't nothing personal. Like I'm gonna laugh at you, but I ain't gonna consider. I'm like not gonna leave here and be like, yeah, they were over there bullying me.
You're not soft.
Now, what if we started ranking on you about your dad being a street fighter? Well, we start calling Luke Kang and shit.
How do you get?
His dad come up here and whoop your ass.
Like, that's not bullying to me. Like that, we okay, y'all. We ranking on each other, we clowning each other, whatever. Like that's.
But see,
I have an example.
But
It's
that's
still
just it.
considered.
Oh, what you got?
That's
man?
just it. Back in the day, it was simply called we ranking on each other. Ain't nobody you walking away
Man,
and
before-
It was bullying into somebody put their hands on somebody.
Like
But
that,
before
though.
ranking, it was playing the dozens.
Exactly.
So
Well,
it
now-
goes all
Right.
the way back to the beginning of people being people, which is assholes.
No, not even that. It's a culture thing.
Well, they do it in also other cultures. It ain't just a black culture.
I ain't saying.
Man, I thought
I
bullying
said
was when
culture.
And they call it-
you got
I'm
when
just saying-
if don't nobody
I'm
put their
just saying
hands on
it's
you, it ain't
culture.
bullying.
And based on
That's
the
how I
culture,
felt.
you call it something
Right,
different.
that's what
Yeah,
bullying.
that's what I
in my
thought
mind,
bullying
that's
was.
what
But there's
bullying
only
is.
there's one culture that ain't never really existed in, and them the ones that be having the issue.
Who's that?
Come on, man.
White people?
Come on, yeah.
White people,
That is not
that's
true.
where I saw all the bullying to me. You got the big stupid bully on the playground that go push the
Yeah.
little kid around. That's where I originally saw bullying from.
That's
But the
where
problem is not when it affect them, they didn't want to do something about it. Just like everything else in the world.
I feel you on that.
Just like everything else
Like
in the
if
world. When
you
it affect them, they want to do
like
something about it.
bullying, like
See,
Just
I
like
have a completely
everything
different
else
take on
in the
this.
world.
in my mind, a bully is somebody like you okay. Give me your lunch money. Like I'm
Yeah.
stronger than you. I'm bigger.
the
than you.
gooch.
Yeah, like whatever.
Debo,
Yeah, that's a bully.
my bike pump.
Yeah,
But
that's what I look.
Be like, hey man.
But it's like you can't say something. Look at your tennis shoes. Like no, you
guess
getting
what?
raped
Guess
on.
what is affecting more and more now. So they gotta put some rules on the shit to make sure they protect everybody.
I think it's a part
Yeah,
of the
but-
agenda
yeah.
of making everybody. It's
I'm
just
sorry.
part of the sissification of the world.
It's just some
So
shit.
the-
I just
the
say,
whole
With the
term-
capital P on the end.
The whole term of bullying
Make
goes
everybody
hand in
soft.
hand with everybody being homosexual, LGBT community.
Soft.
It goes hand in hand. So I believe
Trying to get
that
rid
it's
of
all a part
masculinity.
of the agenda of making everyone soft. This whole gender fluid where there is no sex. We talked about assignment. It's all a part of the same agenda, which is to allow everyone to be free, where there's no sex.
They about to eliminate the
intermingle.
population.
Yeah, there'll be exactly.
Us
That's really
first.
all it is. Yeah. So, shout out to Benjamin Button, man. I hope he having fun at Disney World.
Man.
Yeah, he having fun, man.
Hope you don't step on any grates.
Man, listen, I don't know, I don't know what it really is. I don't know if it's the same person, if it's two different people, man. But somebody got to get a hold of this situation because it's funny to me.
But nobody
Yeah.
can.
It's funny to me. You already know it's funny to me just because
I already
he
know.
little. Like so.
You got a thing with the
Oh,
midgets.
here's the other aspect of that when I read the article. So I was reading the article, and remember I said he's Australian. They actually said that his ancestry in Australia is that of Aboriginal.
Oh, that's to take it up a notch.
Now that
Take
really
it up
made
a
it
notch.
interesting because the first, and I don't have my facts all the
They
way
tried to
together, but I do
exterminate them
believe
over
the
there.
article that
Literally.
I read that
The pygmies, they exterminated completely.
the article that I read that basically was describing this whole situation said that
Twa people.
he was Aboriginal and that it came from a newspaper that was a black paper. So basically, it seemed like they were qualifying him as black, and he don't even look Aboriginal though. So it's almost like how people be like, all right, if you got a little drop of black, then you black. Man. It seemed like that's the same thing that they do.
I don't know, Jay. It's a little deeper than that. Then because like the Twa people was from over there, and they got exterminated. So maybe
the what people?
Twa.
Yep.
So
they Australian?
Yeah, they were small people.
You know them people came from Africa first.
Correct. And they exterminated them, and they literally exterminated, wiped them off the continent.
Yep. They went to Ireland. They went to Ireland too.
Man,
listen. This is Black History.
It's Ireland. That's why they
Black
love
History.
St.
We have
Patrick so much.
traversed the entire
he did.
planet.
Yeah.
So we are everywhere. You can't go anywhere where you don't find a trace of black people. And in Africa, it's every type of human being there is on the world.
Hey, I didn't. You can see the look on my face. You know I'm on some bullshit, right?
I already know.
Did I tell you when we was in Miami?
What?
I got a dance at the strip club from a midget.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
How was hilarious, man?
How was it?
Oh, that shit's hilarious.
Oh my God,
No,
man.
please give the play-by-play.
All I'm gonna say is that it's no longer on my bucket list, man. When I tell you, man, as soon as we got in the spot, as soon as they seen her, everybody they was all so petty. They was like, Wayne, my wife included. They like, oh, it's going down. They know I love midgets, man. I got a midget infatuation.
Yeah.
Infatuation or fetish?
Both. I'm gonna give me a midget, man. I don't know how. I'm gonna give me a midget, man. But man, as soon as what was it called her? Megan the Pony.
That's what her name was.
Oh, that was her name. I posted footage.
She was Megan the Pony.
Megan, man, listen. I got footage that I posted, man. I went up to the stage,
Megan
man.
the miniature pony.
I threw a whole.
Tell them about the DJ.
Oh my God, the DJ talked about her the whole time on stage, man. Like this little bitch. Somebody walk up to this little bitch, man. Wait a minute, when he said if she fall off that pole, she falling like 30 feet deep because it was, man, he was saying.
Oh, so the DJ was basically cracking jokes.
Oh my God, but man, when I say she was getting her money though, man.
So much money.
But man, when I talk about when I got to dance, my wife had to walk away so she couldn't. She had to go somewhere where she couldn't be seen. She could laugh.
So did you get a table dance? Or
I was standing there. And she was just twerking her little butt right in front of my knees, man. Like I was just.
So it had to be a table dance, man.
No, this wasn't no table dance. I was up against the wall.
Yeah, he's up against the
On
wall.
the wall, sitting down, right?
No, I was standing up, man.
Why were you standing up?
Because this is the club.
This is the way the spot was, or whatever, man. Everybody was just like standing there getting left, man. You have to been there. You have to.
No, why wouldn't you go find a chair?
It didn't make no difference, man.
I'm trying to understand, Wayne.
Man, I didn't give a damn where
She's vertically challenged and you standing up.
What was she gonna do? If I was sitting down, she was gonna be vertically.
She could jump her little ass on your lap.
I ain't need all of that, man. It was just the fact that I was getting a dance from a midget, man. You gotta understand it from that perspective.
So let me
He
ask
was
you a
basically
question.
trying to get some
Go
head.
ahead.
He was trying to get
How'd
some
that
head.
make you feel?
How did what make me feel? Did I got a lap dance from a midget? Don't make me feel no type of way.
I'm talking like in the moment. Like how did you feel?
So in the
This nigga
moment,
has a-
so I'm gonna tell you like this.
Thing for him.
In the moment, as it's happening, I'm looking around. So for me, this whole scene was so comical because it was like I look over here, I see my wife peeking up, laughing. I see Reggie in the cut laughing. I see all my niggas is somewhere dying laughing while this is going on because it was like one of those moments where it was like, you know what? He been talking about midgets for years, and he done got him a midgets.
So he was basically watching everybody watching you.
Pretty much, man, because man, I didn't care about what she had going on, man. It was about the fact that
But what she think,
my
though?
silly ass, she was.
She got ass.
Yes. She had that.
She did. But it was like, but what was funny about it was that she was a cute midget.
What was bigger, her ass or her head?
Her ass.
Ooh.
Oh.
It was weird. She had like these little she had like these baby legs. But it was like the rest of her was like
Normal?
like normal in a way. Like it's like she had a normal
She had
ass,
titties?
a normal like torso, but the legs was like
Yeah.
they was like it was weird, but it was
She
cool.
was extra bow-legged, wasn't she?
Hey man, when I tell you this is the craziest part about it. She was bow-legged in the mug. She put on the best show out of every chick that was in the strip club that night. She put in where I'm like, I see why they got her in here working because she actually put on the show to the point where she was getting paid.
She a soldier.
But man, but it was definitely funny, man. I had to say because at first I'm like, I'm not about to get no lap dance from no midget. I'm like, I'm totally about to get a lap dance from this midget, man. I gotta do it. I gotta.
I'm glad you got to experience that, man.
Are you gonna this gonna be the clip? You gonna put me out there?
Possibly. It was a good clip.
Oh my God,
you was
man.
really excited when you.
I was, man.
When
Man,
you
listen.
midget,
You got to
Your
put the
face
footage
like-
out there.
Oh my God, man. I posted it.
Yeah.
You see her swinging on the pole, and I straight went up like.
See, now that's the thing, man. See, now I'm really concerned.
What you concerned about? This is my life.
Not concerned about you.
Oh,
The midget.
why?
Why are you concerned?
Because, man,
She got her money.
is she able to do pole acrobatics?
Yeah.
Man, that's why I said she put on a show, bro.
She
Okay,
put
well,
on
listen to what I'm
a-
saying.
No.
She got midget gold.
We just watched the clip of the bitch fall from heaven and crack her jaw. What if the midget falls? She'll die.
Yeah,
Man,
Wayne, if she falls, she'll die.
yeah.
she is.
No,
up
she
there.
will actually.
No,
bounce.
that's dangerous. I don't want to see a midget do that.
She will bounce,
I don't want to see a little person slide down the pole head first.
Watch your boy though.
and she will bounce.
What the?
She is over there. Look at me.
No. Get this out of here, man. I don't think I could enjoy that.
Yes.
I don't think I could enjoy it.
That was a good time.
DJ say, look at this nigga here.
Would your wife allow you to bring a midget home?
My wife ain't allowing me to bring anybody home.
Oh, okay.
I can't bring a blow up doll home if I wanted to.
What about a pocket pussy?
Nah, I just think that's weird. I'm not doing it.
I want one, man.
That's some disgusting shit.
I want
Yeah,
one.
he got the look of disgust on his face.
Yeah,
when
like,
he,
I actually happen to have one right here.
He got one
In his pocket.
he got one in his wallet. How'd you do that?
He's using it right now. Go upstairs. Nigga.
on his keychain.
Right.
I just happen to have one.
Hey, moving right along.
I'm sorry. I did not mean to make that a topic of the JMatt show.
No,
Damn.
that was fun. That was in transition. We was talking about little people and dwarfism. So we was also talking about Snoop, right?
Mm.
Snoop is on the apology tour.
Still?
Yeah,
See
man,
that.
still. And it seems like the place to go do your official apology where you might like get some love back from the women or whoever the fuck you offended seems to be Jada Pinkett Smith Red Table Talk.
Mm-hmm.
This nigga, I didn't see the whole episode because I don't watch Red Table Talk. It's just a little bit too much estrogen for me.
I watched
But
like 2
Snoop
episodes.
looked like he might have cried in that clip. His eyes was red. Was he crying?
I'm gonna
Are
watch
you
it.
sure he wasn't just high?
Could have been.
Yeah,
But Snoop is always high and his eyes don't be red though.
I'm about to watch
That's a
that.
good point.
And
Maybe
he
had
was
some
getting
red table talk weed
grilled
by Jada.
by Jada and all right, so here's the thing. First off, is Jada Pinkett Smith, Willow, and her mama, are they the official voice of black women now? Because
Until another
it
one step up.
seems as though they are speaking for all black women, and what black women gravitate to seems to be right in line with what the fuck they be talking about on that show. So for T.I. to go on there and have to apologize about him taking his daughter to get vagina checks,
He
or
did that
virginity
too?
checks,
Yeah.
and then Snoop go on there. Why you got to go on there and apologize? Did they take this Did they take all the
But
shine
you gotta
from
look
the
at it
view?
like this. It ain't even necessarily gotta be a why did he go on there? Was he invited?
I think he
Of
was
course.
invited.
Yeah,
I think she
of course.
said something like that, like I had to bring you on because it made me feel like I think she said my heart
Exactly.
dropped or something.
She
like
personalized it.
that. Yeah, so she's like, yeah, I had to.
Matter of fact, y'all talk. I'm gonna bring this shit up. I'm
And,
sick of this
and the
motherfucker.
thing is, what I will say about Jada, just that whole thing, they have definitely built a foundation that is respectable.
Yeah.
I
So
agree.
it's like you almost have to go into that situation being open to, because they know how to respectfully critique us in a way where it's like, you're right.
Hey,
you know,
well, I want you to elaborate on that one. What do you mean that respectfully critique us? That's
Man,
interesting that you said that.
I say respectfully critique, especially in this day and age where I feel like a lot of men are emasculated in the way that they are,
Okay.
especially with the way that our black women are stereotyped as just this angry black woman and everything like that. The way, because notice everything that's being showed is us getting dogged
Right.
by our women, the smart mouths, the ratchetness, and they have a very, very respectable approach where they know how to be able to just not just talk to us, but just in general.
Yeah.
They have a way of being able to approach topics in a way where you are open to being receptive of what's being said, whether you agree or not. And, you know, and I can understand that. So I don't want to say that they're the spokespeople for
Yeah, that's why I
black
get the
women
respect.
nowadays, but they definitely have a platform where I can appreciate the way that they're using it.
Yeah.
They fill the void.
Until they don't anymore.
They fill the void. I mean, after Oprah left the scene, there was no black voice. Who stepped up? Ellen, a gay white woman. So there was no black woman voice, period. And then here come these two, who I hate to say it, and this is controversial, but piggybacking off of her husband's success,
And just created a nice platform and a place where, you know, things could be said from her perspective. But people just jumping on, you know, people, especially our people, love to find someone to cling on to because we don't have our voice of our own.
True.
So therefore, it's just like she was there at the right time.
True. Let me read this. Let me read her words because this is what she said that kind of struck me as interesting. And this is from the Daily News. She said, "This is I quote." She's talking to Snoop. When you first came out and you said what you said, you know, in regards to Gail, my heart dropped. I felt like not only were you talking to Gail, but you were talking to me. I was like, oh no. Snoop has now taken his power flow away from me, away from Willow, away from my mother, right? I was like, not Snoop. And so that's one of the reasons why I felt like I really wanted to have this conversation with you in the spirit of healing.
Okay. So let me say this, man. This is Snoop.
Mm-hmm. Uncle Snoop.
Biatch.
Doggy style.
Yeah, like, he been saying bitch a long time, but now that he's directly called Gayle King a bitch, this made your heart drop?
Is
Like-
it because it's
Like, I'm not saying that Jada isn't supposed to mature, because this is a friend of Tupac,
Right.
who also used the word bitch.
That's a good point.
You know, so I'm not saying that she's not supposed to mature and feel away or whatever, but it's okay for a bitch to be used in a rap song, like, repeatedly. But once you say it against, I guess, Oprah's best friend or whatever the case is, and it was from a reaction. So let's just be clear, you know, she was the cause of that, man. Like, I mean,
Exactly.
I'm sorry. Like, I don't feel that Snoop should be on no apology tour.
Do you feel, let
Now-
me ask you real quick, and I'll
Okay.
let you finish. Do you feel like Snoop was in the right or that he was not wrong?
Well, okay. I'm not going to... So, I'll say this. He was provoked. As we all were. Right? He was provoked.
That's fair.
Because we talking about... Like, Kobe, he's a legend. You know what I mean? And we all know... We know, or at least most of us do, we know the facts of what happened in that rape case. Right? So, you don't just... I mean, Lisa Leslie, she's obviously being emotional at that time when she was being interviewed. Don't just keep pushing that. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
And especially knowing the facts.
Right.
So it's like he was provoked. You know what I'm saying? That's like I said, as we all were. So in my mind, it's like, okay, Snoop said, all right, his mom called him. And was like, you know what? That wasn't right. You gotta apologize.
Now, when your mama call you,
Now
gotta
when your
listen.
mom's call you, like your
gotta
mother
listen.
call, okay.
Changes
all right.
everything.
Yeah. So okay. All right. I'm gonna say it once and I'm gonna be done with it. Gail, I apologize. My mother, I had a conversation with my mother, and it wasn't right. I apologize. And I'll leave it at that.
Right.
I'm not going on any other platforms talking about it, and, you know, just because Jada felt the way or whatever, okay.
I think the fact that he did go on that show speaks to the humanity in Snoop. Like, I think it speaks to him. And remember when I brought it up on the show, I said that I tried to shoot him some bail, and I was like, Snoop going through something. He going through something with his own family. He lost a loved one as well. Kobe, his boy, is the heart of L.A. He's speaking up for the whole state damn near. And in that emotional time, you say things. It's charged up. You know what I'm saying? It's raw, it's unfiltered. And sometimes you got to walk back some things that you say. And the fact that he went on that show, to me, and when I saw his eyes red, like, to me, it was like, you know what? He's really going through something, and he's actually really soft.
You know what? And that's a good point that I feel like you make, but I want to add something to it. I do think that Snoop had an emotional moment, and he probably might have went even a little bit too far for Snoop. I think that it was definitely a way that he could have handled that where it wouldn't be like, well, damn, even for you, Snoop, that might have been a little bit too much. But here's the part I want to add to it. We have to understand that Snoop already has a platform just being Snoop. But then you go on Red Table Talk. At the end of the day, this is all still just marketing, promotion,
That's why I
and
said
just all still. Like, it's still just being like, hey, publicity.
He's relevant.
That's how I look at it. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that Snoop is doing it just for the publicity, but if you're gonna have the moment,
y'all continue the convo.
if you're gonna have the moment, why not?
You gonna have to see if you want to talk.
If you're gonna have the moment, it's like why not? And like I'd never go as far as to disrespect Snoop in the way of being like, man, yeah, Snoop, this was some type of publicity stunt, but for all we know, Red Table Talk might have been that other avenue for him to like really be sincere about his apology and everything like that. And if you want to retract your words, that's cool. And if you feel like and then you got to look at it like this: Jada invited him. It's not like he said, "Hey, I'm about to go on Red Table Talk and apologize." Hey, Jada got a platform where she wanted to be able to discuss it and talk about it. He was obviously open to it. It is what it is. We'll never know. The only people that really know is Snoop.
Right.
Well, I understand that. I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I mean, I would have probably declined that interview, or at least that particular topic. I guess, well, if not that for that topic, then they wouldn't have really had anything to talk about.
Yeah. If it wasn't Jada, I don't think he would have did it.
Yeah, now that's another thing. I think that because it was Jada.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
He wouldn't have went on the
So it's a
View.
respect thing.
He wasn't about to go on Ellen.
Right. Or the View or nothing like
Right.
that. It was just because it was Jada. And I like that platform anyway.
Well, I think it's cool. It's definitely cool for a lot of different reasons and that kind of thing. But for that, like I said,
It's only online.
and I'm not saying that. Okay,
Unfiltered.
we're talking. I mean, Snoop is a different Snoop from 1995.
Definitely.
You know,
And for him to go on the show, like you were saying, we talking about the same Snoop that's been saying bitch forever. For him to even go on the show, for him to even be open to giving an apology, that shows even. I mean, what's Snoop 50?
about
Yeah,
40,
like
late
that,
40s.
like-
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's definitely in a place where he's like look at him on the show with him and Martha Stewart.
Yeah.
Right.
It's definitely a fun, different type of loving Snoop, and I think that for that it was Jada being like, "Come on, Snoop, we got to do a little bit better than that." And Snoop probably still meant like, "Hey, you funky dog head bitch." He probably really meant it, but at the same time, it's like I can't even let you make me look like this. You get what I'm saying?
But Wayne, we all get caught up in the moment sometimes. Like I said, her pressing Lisa Leslie, asking or saying what she said, like, well, you wouldn't see it. Like, I'm not gonna like. So,
I
like,
agree with you
okay,
wholeheartedly.
my
I
friend
know, I
just
get you.
died. Like,
I
I'm
get
not
you.
just gonna allow like that would cause that kind of. I can see that kind of reaction.
Okay, let me give it to you from this
I get
perspective.
it. I get it.
I don't like.
100%. I agree with you.
Like, so I actually agree with him too. It's one of them things where it's like sometimes we don't necessarily say things that we don't mean. We meant it. We just shouldn't have said it.
The only problem
And-
Snoop had is going and doing it online.
Because here's the thing.
You know what I'm saying? You can feel that way. You had to post it. Send it
like-
to a DM or something. You know what I mean?
Have you ever reacted or reacted to something that was warranted, but at the same time it's like somebody that took you out your hookup and had you react in a way that made you look bad. where the way that you reacted to something damn near that overshadowed the situation that you were reacting to. Where it's like, and with this, like sometimes we might react in ways where it's just like sometimes you got to go back and not necessarily apologize for what it is that you're saying, but apologize for the way that it is that you looked just in that situation. Be like, man, I don't want people to look at me as being like that. Like, and that's when I look at like what Snoop said. I'm looking like Gail was dead wrong. I don't care what nobody said. All that bullshit that Gail said to try and this is an old conversation. Me and Justin already talked about this, but as soon as she made that comment to Lisa Leslie, when Lisa was like, yeah, the case was dismissed, she was like, well, you know, it was thrown out because of, you know, like you had to reiterate some shit about the case to make it where it was like almost like you was trying to push it for the public to believe like, yeah, he was guilty.
He was guilty.
Like, and that was the part that threw me off about Gail, and that's where I can feel Snoop, but at the same time, I don't like, huh?
Did Gail ever apologize?
No, she kind of cleaned it up and blamed it on everybody except for, like, she took no responsibility for it. And that's where I'm like,
Right,
I
and
feel
Oprah
Snoop,
came to arrest
but
him.
it's like,
Which
but
again-
I hate that Snoop made himself look like that. That's the only thing I care about.
I feel like
like you ain't got to stoop to that,
I feel
stoop
like
to her
you do.
level.
He was provoked, as we all were.
He was, and that's
As we
so that's
all
where for
were.
me that's where it begins and that's where it ends. Like he was simply provoked, as we all were. I mean, some
agree
people
with you.
okay, some people would have given a different reaction. However, it was Snoop. It's Snoop. Like I said, biatch.
But do you feel
This is-
do you feel like that that Jada is protecting Gail, or do you feel like Jada is protecting Snoop?
Protecting Snoop.
That's the only that's where I'm at with it. I feel like she's protecting Snoop because if she was protecting Gail, I feel like Gail would have been on Red Table Talk
She was,
talking about Snoop.
yeah.
You know,
I don't know who she. I
think
don't
she's
know that I could
protecting
say that.
Yeah.
I don't know that she was
I
protecting
think
Snoop.
I can agree with that because when you think about it like this, the same type of stuff that Snoop said, Lil Boosie said.
I mean, we didn't talk so much about
Yeah,
this.
But my thing is, he's not relevant enough to be mainstream. So it goes right back to what you said as far as marketing and advertising.
And that's actually the conversation that we had. Remember that big debate that we had when we was talking about Boosie and the Kappa shirt, and B Hill was sitting right there.
yeah, man.
And that was kind of what Maxwell was talking about, is my perspective that I had on Boosie with the marketing and just basically taking this
Boosie became a joke throughout that whole process. But I will tell you this: Boosie won.
marketing. Yeah,
Boosie won because Boosie done got more attention.
right. He's the one that makes records.
Boosie
Captain's don't make no records.
Look, Boosie got attention when he got out of jail. That died, and then I hadn't heard nothing else about Boosie until that Kappa situation happened. Then now everything Boosie's saying, he's getting like when he just spoke about D Wade's son. When he spoke about like everything Boosie say now, he's getting publicity.
Well,
Boosie won.
Boosie has been working on this thing since he been out, where his marketing of himself is damn near genius. So I fucks with Boosie. Boosie's funny,
Yeah.
and he don't even be trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Those are the funniest people.
Yeah.
You just talking and you hilarious, and you don't even know you funny. That's the best shit ever.
I like
Yeah.
Boosie. I like him more than I do his music.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I like the person.
But
more than I
his
do-
music, he do got some hits.
No,
though.
he has
Boosie's got
good
some
music.
hits.
I'm not knocking him. I'm not knocking his music at all. I'm just
man.
saying I like the person. I like who he is.
Yeah.
I
Shouts out
don't
to
knock his
Boosie.
music because he's getting paid off of it, but
Shouts out to Boosie. All right, so, all right, Max, we gotta get this camera shot. We about to get into our topic.
Come on with it.
Topic of the day, and I'm so glad that I got you, gentlemen, assembled down here today. This is great. This feels good, man. I like when people just stop in. Reg don't even fuck with the podcast. This nigga came and sat down. He fucking sat in front of the microphone and shit. I don't like my voice. He just got the voice recorded and shit. I don't like how I sound. But we got a topic that you're gonna want to chime in on. I want everyone to chime in. We're gonna use Jermaine's mic. I'm sorry, Jermaine, but you got to share that one. We're gonna use Maxwell, if you want to show Wayne could kind of slide that one.
I'm not sharing my mic. No.
You don't have to. You're the co-host, man.
You say fuck one time.
Don't leave me hanging, man.
No, I'm not saying it again, man, because them 25 push-ups made me sweat.
You should have took your coat off.
I thought about
But
it.
he a thug, though. He's a thug.
And the Stanley Friday.
He put push-ups
Man,
and
man,
coats
I,
and shit.
I work out in hoodies and vests and everything.
So with this assembly of distinguished gentlemen that I respect, we got a few entrepreneurs down here. a few business-minded people that have some insight on this subject. And I feel like this is a subject that's been on my heart for a couple years. I have yet to see a very candid conversation anywhere online about the subject of network marketing. Now, I feel like this is the right time to talk about it because of who's down here now. I've talked to every one of you individually about network marketing. Now, before we dive into this very interesting conversation, I want to say that I want to get the good, the bad, the ugly. I take no sides in this. I have nothing really too bad to say about, good or bad. I'm pretty equal on this. But I'm really interested to see or hear the insight that you guys are going to give and what you would say to someone out there who is getting that email, that text message from their friend,
that walker,
asking them to come to a goddamn presentation.
Or a meeting.
Or a meeting, or whatever the fuck it is.
or not even telling you, just be like, hey man, let me talk to you.
They call you like my nigga Squirt called. Squirt called me, man. Hey man, I got an opportunity for you, man. I called him. This nigga 3 ways in, somebody I ain't never heard of in my life. I said, I thought I was just talking to you, man. Who's this third party on the phone?
Anytime somebody tell me they need to talk to me about something, I got an opportunity. If you can't tell me what it is, I'm not showing up. I'm not doing it. I done got reeled in too many times. Not doing it.
So let's start there, Wayne. Thank you, Wayne. Let's start there. Let's start with what the biggest hurdle is in network marketing, which is the goddamn invitation. The invite.
That is definitely the
Can we
biggest
start there? And
Absolutely.
can we talk about why all of network marketing begins and ends with a fucking invitation? Who has been successful with this invitation process?
I think
And why in the fuck? If you're going to go first, you got to get on the mic. Are you going to pass it to him, Mike?
I'm gonna pass it to him.
Maxwell,
yes, sir.
let's start this thing with you.
All right.
I'm not even going to interrupt.
Cool. I think the approach worked. It works for other races. I don't think it works for us. Our people,
That's interesting.
our people are. I'm a prime example. My thing is, Justin, when you came to me and you was like, "Hey, da 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 da," my thing is, what have you done? We are proof people. Show me what you've done. Show me the paycheck. Show me the adventures and all this and that. Show me your evidence. Now that I've seen that you can do it, okay, now I jump on. But if you sit up there trying to get me to do something and you just ask me to borrow my bus pass, then my thing is I can't fuck with you like that either.
Yeah.
Because it's like tell me, my thing is keep it 100 with me. Say, listen, man, I'm trying to build this, and I want you to build it with me. If you can't come at me with it straight up like that, then I already look at it as deceptive.
Big thing about network marketing is the vision. You have to be able to not necessarily sell the vision, but at least show someone.
I'm going last on this
I
one.
mean, but that's just it. My thing is if that I understand your point, but with me, it's like I'd rather you keep it totally 100 with me. Listen, man, right now I ain't got shit, but guess what? Right now you ain't got shit either. So let's build this shit together. You know, and I'm gonna tell you everything I know, so we can tag team, we can get other people in, and we just gonna build together from the ground up.
But it's gonna cost you this amount of money.
Right, it's gonna cost you this. Yeah, it's gonna, this. I'm gonna give you all the
upfront and
particulars.
then per
Now
month.
you've given me your kind of like thing about the invite part.
Okay.
I'm curious as to how you feel overall about the industry of network marketing.
I feel that the industry it's a joke unless I'll put it like this: if you're not a natural born leader, network marketing isn't for you. If you're not a alpha male or alpha female, it's not for you. If you're a follower, then you will be a great follower that will go ahead and pay your money and join into that and be a follower along with network marketing. But you'll never be the VP or the MVP or get the gold star on your forehead because you'll always be that follower.
The
You won't-
diamond.
Yeah, you won't be that one.
Regional diamond
But
rep.
you're an alpha male. So therefore, you came in out of the gate, boom, doing this and this. I wanted one of them hoodies, still want a hoodie. Ain't got a hoodie yet. Get my damn hoodie. You know?
Sold out.
Oh, damn it. See? So, I mean, but my thing is, you did things to appeal, to pull people in, as opposed to someone else that can come on board that don't have that already entrepreneurial, you know the word, that mentality, and don't know.
No, I need you to spell that word.
entrepreneurial.
I-E-N.
If you don't have that, then you just following. You just an order taker.
Right.
You know, you'll never be the manager. You'll always be on fries.
What? Who want to go next? Reg? Reg, go next, Reg.
So,
Wayne said he want to go last, so I'm gonna go second to last. But I have a couple of different questions that I want y'all to each answer. So we'll probably do
I'll let you go
a
last
couple
then.
rounds of these. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool.
Because I like what.
But first, give your because that's what I really want the listeners and viewers to get from this conversation is something that they can tangibly take with them and use as a point of reference or some type of knowledge or input that they can like marinate on
I give you that
some
right
real
now.
shit.
So, network marketing is just basically a grassroots movement for a business idea, a business model. So I don't think there's anything wrong with it. When it comes to invitation, I think Maxwell hit it on in the head right there. Is just you have to come, real. You have a better shot at success if you do that, because if you're starting in network marketing, you're probably talking to your friends and family first, people that you
That's
build
what they tell you.
relationships with, people who trust you.
People who know you.
People
You know
who
the
know
fucking
you.
spiel.
Exactly. So if you don't approach that with caution, you could burn some bridges or damage some relationships that you really ain't trying to damage. You know what I mean? So it's best to come at them real, honest. Let 'em know.
Honesty is always the best policy.
Always best policy. Just like other companies, there are multi-million and billion-dollar companies that exist right now that started with the same premise of network marketing, just getting the word out, getting people to buy in. So it's really not too much different. You know, people do it right now with like investment groups and stuff like that. That's pretty much you building within your network.
So how do you? So what is
You're building within your network.
I'm over here itching now.
You're building within your network.
And why don't we do that amongst our own self?
I do. That's how I got a company.
Which people are doing.
That's how my company was
building
established.
within your own network. It's your own idea. You can call it what you want, but you still got to market the idea. You still got to get buy-in. It's all the same thing. It's
So,
just a grassroots movement.
How do you feel about network marketing?
I think it's fine. I think you should be careful if you're going to get with a more like a franchise type of situation. I think that's a dangerous thing.
Well,
if that's the type of network marketing that you're interested in, you got to tread lightly. Because again, you're talking about your relationships with people that you know and love. You don't want to burn them bridges.
Well, in
and
theory,
damage those.
network marketing is lightweight. You are your own individual franchise of that company.
Right.
So you are, and I won't get into it. I'll kind of like put a bookmark on that because I want to talk about that a little bit more.
I'm gonna let you go.
It's
last.
like you are the representative without anyone telling you how to be a representative,
Right.
or how to properly represent this company.
Right.
They tell you, but no one is watching you.
Right.
So you can get all the information you need to represent your company correctly, but you can go out there and forget everything and still represent the country. I mean, the company in a fucked up way.
You could, like, again, that's the type of network marketing I would caution people on. You know what I mean?
But that's all network marketing. That's what I'm saying. That when you say that type,
that's where I disagree.
to me,
I don't believe that's all network
that's the
marketing.
structure of it all.
I don't believe that's all network marketing because again, I can come up with a business idea today and come to my friends and offer you ownership opportunity to help build this company where you could build revenue off of it and residuals. We could create that in this basement tonight. And we could offer that. We could do the same thing, right? You don't have to go with that. There are these models that already exist.
What I'm saying is the model is a basic model, and you can tweak that model the way that you feel fit in your
And I
business.
agree with you.
But
There
that
are
model is
multi-billion-dollar
pretty
companies
much
that exist that started that
it's
way.
a template though.
It's a template. They started the same way. They built from the grassroots until they was like, okay, let's go ahead and get incorporated now. Let's go ahead and start selling stocks. And now we're a public company. We just cut it off at some point. Where
Nah,
everybody can't be an owner.
Now, I don't know too many network marketing companies who have stopped being network marketing companies. Like once they started as network marketing, I
What
don't
is
know
it?
anybody.
AT&T started off that way.
Man, I got
Man, vote AT&T.
Jermaine. How you feel about network?
That's how they started.
My feelings are like mixed, but I'm probably like 60-40. I wouldn't do it again just because of all of the bullshit it involves and all of the leg work. And I feel like if it's nothing beneficial in it, like tangible, something that I could use like immediately, that I can pass along to people and say, hey, this is what works. This is what it does for you tonight once you sign up. I don't want to be a part of it, man. I've heard so many different pitches and stories to the point where now I'll get stuff in my inbox now, and I'm like, man, I get tired instantly. Like, I don't got the energy for it, man. Like, just don't. And I'm not gonna respond to you. I'm not gonna answer your phone call. Like, just it's a lot of bullshit. It's too much bullshit involved. And I've experienced more so that side of it than I have the beneficial side of it. So
You was in a business that was very hard to understand. Where you came to my house?
Yeah, but it was at the same time it was a cheap buy-in.
Right, yeah. You get what you pay for.
Can I ask what you were in?
At that time it was called the Four Corners Alliance Group. I have a problem with saying
That sounds like a straight cult.
It was, man.
I'm glad you got out of there.
But I can't
Before they
remember.
served the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I can't remember like exactly all of the details. I remember it was a cheap, and I met some really cool people from out of town that I still actually have relationships with today, and that were like really, really good, genuine people that I'm glad that I was able to meet through doing that. But yeah, man, I gotta have a benefit. It's got to be like an immediate benefit, something that I could use, and
Well, since you said that, I'm curious. What type of benefit would attract you to?
Okay,
Like
so
network
I'm gonna
marketing.
give you a prime example. So this is the very last company that I had some dealings with, and I would still recommend them to anybody.
The one me and you didn't talk
Yeah.
about before. Okay.
So they provide like tangible stuff that you could use immediately, such as, I don't know if y'all familiar with the foreign exchange market.
Yeah.
Well, they provide you with signals. You can make money immediately. Credit repair. It's really real.
This is an ad? Is this an ad?
No, it's not an ad. I'm not involved with them any longer. But like I said, if I don't have a problem with giving people the information either, just because I know it works. So those are just a couple.
You know it works, but you ain't gonna do it.
No. I've done it.
But you ain't gonna do it again.
I would do it again if I needed it. It's like a lot. They teach real estate. I'm already involved in real estate. It's just some certain areas where I already had these same things going on. I was already in Forex before I got with this company. So I was only led to the company because I could, I had a relationship with somebody in the company. And like I said, all of this stuff had benefits to it, so I then got involved myself and then was able to pass it along to other people for their benefit. You know what I'm saying? So all of this stuff, everything that they basically have going on, I was already involved with individually, like, on my own anyway. So it's not really anything that I see myself like paying a monthly subscription to continue in when I'm already doing this stuff, like I guess as an independent.
Self-sufficient.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, Wayne. Let's hear what you got over here, Wayne.
Oh man. So first thing, one thing that I have to say that I say one of my issues with network marketing is, y'all ever notice like a lot of times when y'all hear about a lot of network marketing, it be the same people telling you about a different type of network marketing company. So my thing is, what I've noticed that people that are very, very involved in network marketing are always switching network marketing companies, and that was something that it is that I noticed about it is that they come to get you to believe in a company. And then it's like, yeah, you are riding away, but you got to get in at a certain time. You got to get in at a certain time. And then once you in there, you ride that wave, and then you jumping out and you going with somebody else. So what happens is that what these network marketers aren't understanding is that because you're doing that, you're making yourself and that company not look credible. So now, because you don't look credible, I don't trust you. So now it's like, for me, it's like, well, you just came and talked to me about this last business, and then about this last company, and then this last company. So like, what happened to those? And now and then what's going to happen with this one? So that's my first thing. Second thing, I can't say that I necessarily appreciate the culture of network marketing, because I'm going to go back to what Maxwell said when he was talking about leaders. When you got leaders so everybody in this room, you own a business. You got a position that you need to fill. Are you going to fill that position with just any old body? Or are you going to actually go through an interview and make sure that that person is qualified to do the job that it is that you need them to do? You're going to go through the interview process. Reason being is because you need to make sure they can do the job. When you're in network marketing, there's no integrity to it. Nope. All they're trying to do is just bring somebody in order to say that they brought somebody in. But you're going to selling people a dream to get them to believe that they can do something that's not even them. You're telling them like, yeah, and all you got to do this. You're being a salesperson selling a person that's not a salesperson, and trying to get them to believe that they can do what you do in order for you to be able to build your network so you can get money. But you just brought somebody in that can't do what you do to be able to bring other people up under them.
I always say, if I could do it, you could.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like what y'all do is y'all bringing people to these seminars. Let's call them what they is, to these seminars. I'm not calling them no meetings. They're seminars. Y'all bringing them in there. Y'all got these presentations to sit up there and sell people that, and majority of the time, the people that's coming are normally broke people that's looking for an additional stream of income.
Exactly.
Because they looking like, okay, I done found a way to sit up here and be able to get all of this extra money because y'all done sit up there and made them feel like that. When the truth of the matter is, they about to sit up there and go and pay their money for a few months. They're not going to be able to get nobody to actually be able to come in, and then eventually they gone. And then over a course of time, even you gone. Because all you did, you didn't go and actually be able to pull people that can really do this into it. You just looking like, I just need people.
That's exactly.
That's the hustle part.
I just need people. Right. So now that's the bad and the ugly to me. Here's the good. The people that are successful in it, I'm still a person that does respect hustle. So the people that have done network marketing, the ones that do get into them high levels, the ones that will jump off and then go into another one, make it bubble and everything like that, I respect they hustle, but I don't respect the culture. Because y'all really out here making fools out of people that really, really ain't built for this. Like you said, this ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. So y'all need to quit playing or whatever, because you jump in my DM, first of all, I'm going to let you know right now, I work hard for what it is that I do. I'm going to go out here like yeah, I am going to go jump into real estate. I am going to go and teach people about financial literacy. I am going to go and do these other things to be able to get people to understand how to really, really go about making money for real. And it ain't through no fucking network marketing. I do my 25 push-ups in a minute. Real talk.
I'm glad you remember.
So that's where I'm at with that. That's how I feel about it.
I like your integrity with the push-ups.
I think just off the fact that we agree, I think you should bypass the 25.
No,
I appreciate that.
Absolutely not. You're a visitor. Yeah, no, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say what I've been thinking on this subject, because I always feel like I'm different. I'm not. But I feel like I am. I always feel like it's different when I do shit. So I heard of network marketing for years until I got involved. My friends was in it. Nigga, Jay Johnson used to go door to door and sell knives.
Gay J?
Gay J. You selling knives? I respect you, bro. How do you do this? Niggas that go door to door and sell pots and pans and Tupperware. How are you doing this? I can't do that. Plus, because I'm not into Tupperware and knives. So I can't go talk to somebody about knives and Tupperware. I don't give a fuck about knives and Tupperware. When I was presented with the network marketing opportunity that I got involved with, it spoke to me because I wasn't thinking about network marketing in the sense of making money. All I heard was a product that I could actually use and I wanted, and opportunity with business was attached to it. To me, the way I saw it was was
a benefit.
different.
It was a benefit for you.
All I saw was the product.
Okay.
I bought the product, and I learned about the business after I purchased the product. So for me, it was completely different the way that I got involved. And I think that that's, and I made a couple videos about this, but I think that that's the biggest thing when it comes to network marketing, because network marketing is still around, and it's around because it's a viable business. It's still the only business in the States that produces the most millionaires year after year. It's network marketing. You could be no one and become a millionaire in network marketing. It's still the same.
The problem is those millionaires is trying to convince people that ain't gonna be able to be millionaires in network marketing that they can when it's not for them.
Well, that's part of it. What I'm saying is, I'm not speaking to the bad and the ugly.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm speaking to the good. Okay. The good of network marketing for me is that it taught me how to get that tough skin. And a lot of people don't understand when you go into business, not even just business, if you're trying to do something that you feel strongly about, you're not always going to garner support, and people aren't always going to feel as strongly about that same thing that you feel strongly about. Right. But if you have a common place that you can meet someone at, where you can talk to them on this level and they can get to understand why it is you feel this strongly about this thing you're talking to me about, at least that's a place to start and begin that has integrity built into it. Now, when you go in outside of the source of this business, which is a product, and you're selling me on the opportunity to make money off of the product, but you're not selling me the product, that's when it gets into the areas that you're talking about. Now you're selling me on a dream, and you're selling me on an opportunity. But how the fuck am I going to make this dream possible if the product that I'm selling associated with this opportunity is shit? And you have no idea how to explain to me how it's beneficial.
Because they were selling.
That's the thing.
They were selling themselves.
They're selling themselves. So for me, the reason why I jumped into it and was excited, and it was completely genuine. And that's why I was like, you know what? I'm about to do this shit differently because I'm genuine about the actual product that just so happens to have a money-making opportunity attached to it. And I still credit, I'll say World Ventures. I still credit them to this day to get me on, and my wife, on the road to traveling. We didn't fucking travel before. And that's what brought me into it, because I needed that in my life. I couldn't have fucking afford it with the way that we was doing things. They say that if you want to make a business, you figure out a need and you provide a solution, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what that was for me. It was literally a solution to a need of mine. And I felt like I could present this same solution to other people in my same boat. Now, I don't think that too many people approach the opportunity the same way that I did the product, which makes it so fucked up for me when you come into something with full integrity, like, listen, no, this is exactly what it did for me. You're in the same boat that I was in. You can do the same thing I did. You don't have to fucking sell this shit. Just enjoy the product. It's a product that we're all out here to look for and buy. You can't make money with it if you're not selling the product. And I just feel like the way that it gets fucked up is for those individuals who take it upon themselves to say that, nah, you need to make money more than it is you need this product. That's fucked up. Don't assume that I need money. How about the product? Is your product able to speak for itself? Is the product something I need? Because there's plenty of money-making opportunities. How you know I don't have my own goddamn business? I don't need your opportunity. What about the product? If your product is something I can fuck with, then I might ride with you.
But you know what? But that's the issue with network marketing, because even if you come to
There's no
somebody
control.
telling them about the product aspect of it, they're eventually going to still say, hey, you don't necessarily need to make money off of this, but the problem is they need to make money off of it. And that's why they need to pull you into it, because it's like, okay, I sold you on the product, but unfortunately, because you're not signed up under me, I'm not getting the money that I need to be out of here to be able to get to that regional diamond level, because I need to make money. And that's where I feel like it becomes an integrity issue, man. I had a nigga tell me, he was like, hey, man, listen. We got one of their higher ups that was supposed to be in town having this big meeting and everything.
They're always in town.
He was like, man, he gonna be in town.
Director.
He said he gonna be in town this Saturday and everything. And hey, I'm sorry if this person just happens to hear this. Hey, you know what you did. So what? You know, it is.
He would have said, "Fuck him."
But I ain't doing no more push-ups. But I'm talking about, man. Like when I tell you, this was one of those moments where I was like, I'm all the way done with network marketing forever.
What happened?
He say, I say, man, I'm not gonna be able to make that, man. I said, I gotta work. He said, man, call off.
Wow.
I said, nigga, call off. I said, so wait a minute. You want me to call off my job where I'm going to make money to come and listen to a nigga talk for an organization that I have to pay money to be a... And that nigga that came at me and been in my DM about 2 or 3 different networking marketing opportunities since that one. Man, come on, man.
They should make a law against that, bro. Like, they should have some type of integrity clause where you could get, like, fined or suspended or put on probation. Because there's no way that you should be able to come to as many people as you want and say, this is the best thing since sliced bread. Then 6 months later, come to me and say, this is the best thing since sliced bread. And it's not the same piece of bread. This is a whole different loaf.
This ain't, we ain't even slicing bread no more.
Bro, we cutting cheese.
Yeah, I was about to say, man, like, can you at least call it something else?
Like, my biggest turn off, and again, especially when it's not providing a benefit. Don't tell me to, hey, go out and tell your mother. Go tell your father. Go tell your sisters. This is the new thing. Like, people will get you on the phone, like you said, and be like, yeah, I got so and so over here. Yeah, he's doing $100,000 a month, and here I'm gonna let him tell you about.
And that might be bullshit.
Like,
The testimonials.
Oh man, like get the fuck out of here with that.
I don't
shit.
even know this nigga. He lives in
I
Hawaii.
don't even know this.
And how do I know he really making this?
Right.
You don't.
Exactly. You don't.
You don't. Just like the JMatt show, we don't fact check shit.
You like, man, so
Nigga can Photoshop a check and post
yeah,
it
so
on.
it's like yeah, I got Reg over here. Yeah, I'm gonna put you on the phone. You tell him,
Nigga, you made $1 million last month.
yeah, I'm doing $1 million a month.
And they literally tell you to fake it until you make it.
And
They
you-
tell you to fucking
Yeah,
lie.
They sure do.
right.
Like, how is this? How are you able to tell people to lie? That's fucked up, bro. Here I am, God-fearing man, Christian. I don't like to lie, tell no tales, no fables and shit.
But for the money,
But you telling me to get on the phone and tell this nigga that I'm a diamond, and I done been in this shit 2 weeks, and I ain't made nothing.
Which makes me ask the question, nigga, have you been lying to me?
Everybody's lying.
everybody's lying.
But going back to a point that you made when you talking about what have you done and everything like that, like show me that you've made this happen.
Yeah.
A lot of these dudes, man, like I done seen somebody that's supposed to be a successful Oh, hold on, I gotta throw this out there, man. If you a businessman, if you're an actual businessman out here, you want to stay away from network marketing just because it makes you look like a less credible businessman to real life business people. I've actually seen somebody. I'm not gonna name no names, man, but man, I saw a dude that's out here doing this thing. Business owner, man, touched $1 million, and had a situation happen where his business ended up going downhill. The same person went and sucked him into a network marketing thing. He go and start talking to his business contacts that he used to deal with when he was cranking in real business. It made them start not wanting to deal with him. Like, you messing with network marketing now? To real business people that's out here like getting it for real, that's beneath them. For real.
Yeah.
That's
I feel
that's
you.
that's
That
real
is-
life.
that's real
That is
talk, Wayne.
beneath
I'm
them
glad
to
you
the
said
point.
that.
They start. You
I'm
start.
glad
You
you
start
said
killing
that.
some of your real
I'm
life
glad you said
business
that.
connects by dealing with network marketing.
Because I personally
What did I
know a
say in
guy.
the
Like I
beginning?
personally know a guy that's like heavy in the real estate. Like he doesn't live here anymore, but he gave me that same rundown. It was like I just can't have my name tied up in it.
Can't.
Like, he owns a couple complexes in Cleveland, or owned at least at the time. He's like, I can't have my name tied up.
Hey man, I
That's
want to
so
say
sad.
this.
That's
Shout out to
sad.
my man that I'm talking about, man. I'm gonna just say, cut the check. He gonna see it. He know who I'm talking about because he was able to drop all of that BS, jump back on there, do what he had to do, man, and he building this business back up again, and he gonna touch $1 million again, man. Man, I just gotta shout out my dude. I ain't even gonna say his name.
But yeah, no, that's
That's what I was saying in the beginning. You got to be real careful if you're going to go into that business because you're going to be talking to people who you've built relationships with. It's very important that you tread light carefully and
Not
respect those relationships because you can burn some bridges.
Just
can.
be
damage. some
Just being
relationships.
affiliated with it. You ain't even gotta bring them in. Just
Right.
being affiliated, you can burn the bridge.
Oh, that's
Is
all
one of
I'm
them?
saying.
Or
Be
it
careful.
depends on the company.
No, it don't.
Yes,
not
it
not not to them business people. If you're affiliated with network
really
marketing,
doesn't matter.
they look at you. They
Marketing.
look at you like you're desperate. If you went the route of network marketing, and they looking like, man, I can't do
with that
business
all.
with you.
I don't agree with that all the way because all network marketing is not created equally.
Man, I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about the network
That's very
marketing.
true. That's very true. That's
Yeah.
very true.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
very true.
I agree with you there, but I'm not talking about the network
talking about
marketing companies.
product.
I'm talking about the perception of those big.
I know.
You got some
I'm
people
just
that's
saying.
like, I'm
And
looking
that's
at
why
you
you say
like this.
if you say perception, and it depends on the company because
does.
every company
It
has
does.
its own separate
and
perception.
the product. And the
Now,
product.
now you talk about Mary Kay. You can, ain't nobody fucking about to shit on nobody that fucks with Mary
They
Kay.
driving pink Cadillacs.
I'm just
out.
saying. So there, it's established.
It depends on the
It
product.
depends on the company, the product.
And that's why I keep preaching the benefit. It's like, what can it do for you like
Right.
immediately? So
Right.
I don't know exactly all what Mary Kay provides, but I know a lot of women like it. Women spend money
Because the product is real and it works
And-
and it's quality.
That's the point. That's the point.
This
that
is
I'm
why it's
saying.
been lasting for
Yeah.
so long.
So with a lot of these other companies, they are like simply saying, "Look, do you want to change your life?
Right.
Do you want to be able to go
Their
on
selling
trips?
point is
Do you want to be able to
making money.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Exactly.
not. It's not a quality
so
product that
naturally,
they're selling.
naturally you'll listen. Like you like, yeah, I want to make extra money.
Exactly.
You know, yeah, I want to ride in a whatever kind of car. So you know you're intrigued because of the money, but it has no benefit.
But you know what? Even with the company, I like y'all. I think y'all viewing this wrong. So let's say even if it's Mary Kay, which you got some very very successful people with Mary Kay, but let's say you got this big real estate developer that you probably got as a business contact, and then you done got in with Mary Kay. You go to that real estate developer and be like, hey, I got an opportunity for you.
No, you're dumb. You have to know your audience.
Wait a minute, hold on. Here's my point of what I'm saying. You go to that business connect because you've established a rapport with them and you're trying to get them to be able to be down with something or whatever. They're going to look like, nigga, you need to be coming and working for me. I'm not coming to do nothing like that. What I'm saying is that you just made yourself look like you're not credible when it
Not
comes to
everybody.
business.
I mean,
That's what you got to know your audience.
That
Yeah,
may-
I know,
that
I
may
agree.
apply to some.
You can't be out here making 30 grand a year and then go to a motherfucking multi-millionaire with an opportunity. What the fuck?
Them the kind of
You don't do
but
that.
them the type of people that it is that are getting recruited into these
Because
network
And it make
marketing.
them think that they can go to that
and they think that they
multi-millionaire.
can't because they don't know their audience
Right.
because they are not real
Right.
salespeople or they're
Followers,
not,
not
built for
leaders.
network marketing.
They don't know themselves.
They don't know.
And that's-
They don't
and
know
that's the thing.
business.
And
That's the thing.
And that's the target audience
Yep.
that they go for.
Yep. It's people that are prone to follow
Right.
as opposed to lead. When you talked about alphas,
That's what you said.
who's talking about alphas? Somebody was talking about alphas or whatever.
People talking about leaders.
leaders.
Yeah.
Alphas, leaders, they kind of cut from the same cloth.
Absolutely.
And you will go after those who are. If you look like you're someone who can lead, I can give you orders, and you're perfect to go out there and recruit.
Because
for
I'm
me.
going to make you believe that I can show you how to do this.
Absolutely.
Because I'm going to take you up under my wing.
Yep.
And then you gonna sign up. I'm gonna shoot you a phone call here and there. Hey, we got a conference call coming on. We got somebody from California that's gonna be on there.
And you're gonna be proud.
And you on there listening to this like
you're gonna be proud of the fact that you're affiliated with me. You're gonna be proud to say that I'm your mentor.
Cause you convinced me that you're somebody.
Bruh, that's the shit that I couldn't get with. Man, I'm not necessarily arrogant, but I'm a confident ass nigga.
Right.
I don't give a shit who the fuck you are, man.
Exactly.
There is no mentor in any company that I'm ever going to exalt over me. Nigga, fuck you. Nigga, like, I'm just that dude. Like, I'm not finna big you up as if you're someone who superseded me in life.
Exactly.
Where someone who I know needs to listen to you as opposed to me.
Yeah.
Fuck you. No, bro. That's not how shit works, bro.
Absolutely.
At least not over this way.
And that's how it comes off a lot of times too. It's like, oh yeah, just get me on the phone with him. Let me talk to him.
Right.
People say that, you know, like, okay, so like I'm big homie or some shit like
Big
that.
homie, right.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, put me on the phone
Yeah.
with him. Let me talk to
I
him.
got
I'm
this.
going to sell
Let
him.
me close this shit out.
I'm
for
going to
you,
close
bro.
them, and then they going to go and close 10 people, or whoever. Go get 10 people, and let me talk to all 10 people, and I'm going to close them, and
Gift the gab.
get them on board, and, you know, and you're going to reach this status. And it's like, now, like I said, man, you can't even really talk to me about no shit. Like, it's got to simply have a benefit. Like you said, the money aspect, I'm not even looking for the financial gain from anything. Like, what can it do for me? Can it help me? Okay, so at that point, I'll go and tell the next person.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, with the last company that I dealt with, and I actually just got an email from them too. That shit is the craziest shit ever, because I haven't talked to nobody that thing in a long time.
Speaking of the devil.
Yeah, that shit is crazy. But like credit repair, a lot of people got fucked up credit. I know for a fact that this stuff actually works as far as
credit repair.
yeah, credit repair.
Yeah,
So I don't have a
need
problem with telling somebody about it. Like, okay, yeah, you know, if you talk, we having a conversation. Like, I ain't going out pushing it, but if we having a conversation,
You said
like,
a little referral. Ain't nothing wrong with a referral.
yeah, it's like, all right, yeah, you know, for $100, you know, you go get involved with these people.
Yeah, you talking about credit repair. Raquel Robinson, Royalty Financial. She the dopest.
Yeah.
Royalty Financial Services.
Yeah, big
That's what
shout
y'all
out.
need to. Look, you see, I gotta plug that.
Yeah.
Gotta plug that.
So, but yeah, I mean, but again, that's the benefit. Something that it can actually do for you. So, if nothing else, I ain't looking to make no money from it, but again, it provides that service for me. So, you know, I don't know what people charge for credit repair or whatever, but if this is something that you could afford, or even if you're interested in Forex, I don't have time to sit down and teach you Forex, but these people do, and this is what they charge. Go holler at them, because I know it works. I know that, you know, that the financial gain you can get from it. So
I used to study Forex.
And if you're looking for financial literacy, FIG, financial investment.
How many plugs do you have, man?
Well, that was my plug.
No, that's
You got any more?
Man, yeah. And for you gym owners and trainers, Wayne trains. Let's go.
there it is.
Man, I'm gonna plug it all. Hey, listen, it's about additional streams of income
That's
about
it.
around here,
Absolutely.
and everybody need to get on board with it. I don't care if it's real estate. I don't care. You learn something that it is that you can have as an additional
Speaking
stream
of additional
invest.
streams of income, JMatt Show is about to start accepting sponsors and advertisers here in the coming weeks and months. So get your shit ready. Like I said in the top of the show, I'm working on providing a great listening and viewing experience for everybody. I'm just really starting, so everything's going to improve. It's going to get better.
Well,
Stay tuned, and I will shout the email address out next
all
show.
right, so I want to give you a personal shout out, bro.
Yes.
So let's do it. I'm all for that.
Yeah, because when I came in the door, before we even got started, I told you, like, man, I was talking to one of my homies in the car. What you doing? I love what you doing, bro. Real
Appreciate
talk,
that.
man. Real shit. Like, this is, I never been on no shit like this is just cool. Because it's like, for me, it's just a conversation. I get to come chill with my homies and, you know what I'm saying?
It's therapy time, man.
Yeah,
Once a
we
week,
chop
man.
it up about some real shit, but it's
Yeah.
on an actual platform, and it's raw.
Hey, listen. I had somebody come up to me.
It's raw.
I had somebody
You know,
reach
and
out
like
to me and say,
my nigga is investing real money in it.
Yeah,
Like,
and it ain't cheap.
this nigga showing me all this technology.
You see
and
the
shit.
shit
I don't know what the fuck you talking
And
about.
he told himself everything.
Man,
But
I
that
I
shit
barely
is-
know what the fuck I'm
that's
talking
all
about.
I'm
Hey, but
That's
look,
not
why somebody reached out to me was like,
I'm proud
ain't you
of
the
it.
co-host of the JMatt show? I said, yes, I am.
That's right.
Yes, I am. But you know, but it was
Did you make that face like
but you know what? But it was more along the lines of like, it was dope that somebody had heard, you know, just
Yeah.
came up to me
Man,
and listened to the
bruh.
show just from being able to see it. Like, I thought that was real dope, man, because I know how much hard work that this man, like, I've only been here since what, like episode 40 something.
But that
You know
shit
what I'm
rolling though,
saying?
man.
He been grinding for a long time, man. He, you know what I'm saying?
Last year, you was here.
Man,
I know.
Yeah.
like it, so man, when he reached out to me and was like, "Hey man, I'm about to get it back popping.
Yeah.
What you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing."
I'm
look, really a little bit of everything, but
Yeah, I feel you.
hey, I'm down, man. Like man, I was so happy that he even extended the opportunity to me to even be able to be here, and it was
right
at a
there.
time. It was, I mean, but you know, I mean,
You ain't gotta look me in my eyes.
look, you know, but you know, it was an opportunity, and it was at a time where it was like it was difficult, man. I'm on the other side of town, man. I was going through it,
Yeah.
but I'm like, man, I'll be there. And it started off a little shaky. He's just like, man,
I work with you.
hey, and here we are.
No, I appreciate that. Not you mentioned that. Let me say that I do appreciate Wayne for following through. I will say that because it's hard to be committed to not only all the shit that you got going on, but then to actually commit to a vision that you didn't fucking author yourself. I give credit to that shit because it's I don't know. I don't know the words for it, but all I know is I gotta say I appreciate you, bro, because it's some different shit, man. Because for all the shit you got going on, and then to commit once a week, and like I said, you moved from the
Man,
west side
I
over
was-
here, so that
man.
made it a lot easier.
It did.
'Cause I was like, damn, this
I went from
goddamn.
35 minutes away to 5 minutes away.
Yeah, that's
man.
real
So
shit.
that changed a lot, man.
That's real shit. But again, that's why I say, man, I appreciate everybody that's listening. The listenership and the viewership is growing, and it's like as far as YouTube goes, we've only had like 6 shows on YouTube, so this is like literally the beginning stages. Everything's gonna get better, man. Keep rocking with me.
Well,
I definitely appreciate y'all. Everybody here, I love y'all.
Yeah,
man, for sure.
that's hard, man.
Sure.
Just so the other day when you text me about the fight, I'm listening to the show.
Oh, that's real shit. That's
sent
that shit, bro.
I sent the nigga a receipt.
That's that shit. Man. He sent me a screenshot. He
I was like-
had the JMatt show on the iPhone.
I was
and everything.
upstairs, like I had my AirPods in,
Yeah.
and I went down. I looked at my phone. I'm like, this nigga talking about the fight, but I'm listening to
Right.
last week's
Yeah.
episode and shit. So I'm like, oh man,
Yeah, he was listening to Kush Cooch.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was 59.
yeah. Me and Wayne had we had talked about So that was this shit. I've been knowing this nigga a long time.
He was
man.
telling me. He was
It's been a
telling me.
minute,
He's like
man.
13 and shit. 13 years old.
man.
And that was the funny. Before we end the show and talk about the last thing, because we're gonna dedicate this thing to Black History Month. This is the last show of Black History Month.
Yeah.
So we're gonna end it on a positive note. But I did want to, since you brought up how long we've been knowing each other, the dynamics in this room is weird.
Yeah, it is.
So I think we should probably let everybody know how weird
There's
this
a
shit
lot
is.
of history in this room.
So first off, let me start to my left with JMatt. Me and JMatt been knowing each other since
7th grade.
yeah, man, middle school, right?
Yeah.
That's when I met you.
I've been
Wow,
knowing your
seventh grade.
sister since middle school.
yeah,
Wow.
Your sister and JMatt are now engaged. We
Right.
went to high school together.
this is my future brother-in-law.
This is a future brother-in-law. We on the
Yeah.
show. Your fiance and yourself didn't even really speak as that much in high school.
And it's crazy, but how long have you known my wife?
Since high school.
And it's crazy because I was friends with my wife's older sister. I didn't even know her or whatever. But
Well, my brother knew your wife's older sister.
right,
We went to high
because
school.
we all went to high school
Right.
together.
So you are originally my brother's friend, but all of my
Since what,
brother's
ninth
friends
grade?
is basically my friends.
yeah.
So you was like another big bro to me.
Eighth grade.
As long
I met you in 8th grade. Didn't I meet you in 8th grade?
No, freshman football.
Freshman football. That summer before.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
so we've been hanging out and kicking it since I was in high school. We were at the clubs together. Yeah, all type of stories that we won't talk about.
No.
And I got a DVD of a fashion show with this man on skates.
And the photographer, Mr. Maxwell, is also a part of the bunch.
The first ever Best of the Best fashion show, class of '97.
Yes, sir.
I remember that. That was a great show.
Thank you, sir.
Who
Man,
had,
y'all did the been there,
who came
done
out with
that.
the bull constrictor around their neck?
That
That
was
was
Ebony
Ebony.
Williford.
That shit was
Yep.
cold blooded.
Ebony Williford.
That shit was cold blooded, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we
They don't know. They don't know we the originals.
Yeah.
They're the best of the best.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. Everybody was trying to. My senior year, our senior year fashion show was dope, and we was trying to follow in y'all footsteps for the '97 Best of the Best. We did a pretty good job. I ain't gonna lie, we did a good job, but we didn't have as much freedom as y'all had. That shit was
Nah.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
Y'all was
yeah.
half naked,
Hey, we was
oiled
Hey,
up and shit. This nigga
Hey.
Reg had 2 bottles of baby oil on, and
Right.
Hey, when I look back at that, I'm like, how did we get away with this? We thought we was grown.
niggas was sliding and grinding on the floor like
Where
genuine.
was this at?
At the
Hey,
Civic.
this was at the
Center
Civic,
on
man.
Mayfield.
Man, we oh my
It's-
god,
Which is now the Vote
Right.
Workout Center.
no, it's not.
No.
No. The Civic next door to it.
Oh, that was on the other side.
It's a church.
It's a church.
Yeah, it's a church, but the Civic is inside the church.
Yeah.
It seemed
It's
like
always
it
been a
was all
church.
one
Yeah.
to me. I don't know. Maybe I was wrong.
Yeah.
But whatever the case, yeah, we was
Nasty.
acting some fools
That was a
that
beautiful
year,
thing.
man. Oh my god,
I had-
yeah, we
I
was
had
all
fun.
naked
Yeah, man. So
on stage in front of parents, kids,
it was
students,
next.
Right.
It was
teachers,
it was wild.
faculty. Oh my god,
It was actually wild, bro.
yeah.
One of these niggas got the VHS. That's how old this shit.
No. We
So
converted it
DVD.
over to
I got
DVD.
it.
We converted
Yeah,
it to DVD.
Oh, y'all don't. Y'all took the grainy shit
But
out.
what they gave? Oh, got the V. Oh, I thought you meant like they won a VCR. That's what I thought you meant. Like,
No, he tried to say it was so old. It was
yeah,
on
like,
VHS.
you know, when these niggas won a VCR that night.
Here you go.
That's what I thought you meant. Like,
Oh
so
man!
old,
Hey, that would have been such a shitty
somebody won a
gift.
VCR.
All that hard work, and you
Right.
gonna give me a VCR?
Was it a dual deck VCR at least,
At
nigga?
least-
Take those niggas. Take them.
Oh
That's
my
what I thought
god!
you meant. I thought.
Oh, that's funny,
You
Jermaine.
said it was like a fashion show.
That's
I was like,
funny
I
as
ain't know
fuck.
it was a
Yeah.
contest.
Grand prize, a fucking dual recorded
Man, and it was so
VHS
crazy because we
player.
won $500.
Yep.
That's a lot.
Back at that time, we looking like we just
Check out
won
$30 a
$500.
piece.
No, we
No, they didn't get the money to us. It went to the
school.
yeah, it went to the school.
For prom.
To the student council for prom. Man, so you know, $500
Prom
ain't
committee
do-
and shit.
Yeah, you know, 500 ain't do nothing.
All right, man. Well, that was a brief little history lesson on the Friends of the JMatt show. Let's get into the last thing I want to talk about. And we're not going to do top 5 because I think it's too controversial. Not controversial, but nobody really wants to list their. I feel like people didn't really want to rank this because you kind of don't want to leave out anyone. It's Black History Month.
Oh man, I got into a whole argument about this where I had to remove somebody from my group.
Yeah, I didn't even give.
Well, I wanted everybody to just speak on briefly before we close out the show who their number one or most favorite influential black leader is of all time of black history. And just to, state who it is and why, and we'll just close it out on a positive note, man. I originally did present this question as a top 5, so I do have my top 5. I'll just go ahead and list my top 5, and I'll just tell you my 1. That's what I'm going to do. But, JMatt, I don't know, I just presented this to you, so just off the top of the dome, man. Who would you say for you is the most influential or your favorite leader, black leader of all time in history?
I don't consider this person a leader. I consider him the last messenger of God.
There we go. I'll take it.
And that's the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. You have not seen a black man in America produce Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, Dr. Sebi, Minister Farrakhan. The list goes on and on and on.
Preach, brother.
and he's never talked about in Black History Month in classrooms or colleges when you got a man that has taken, again, sixth grade Malcolm X. It's well known that Malcolm didn't go past the sixth grade, and he put him in front of the best minds and scholars in the world. And Malcolm, nobody could whoop Malcolm on an intellectual level. Taking ex-pimps and drug dealers and the list goes on and on.
No, it does.
Just raising up a people, man, that that was just dead in a dead state, and making them something simply because of his teachings. So that's who I ride with, and again, I don't consider him to be a leader. That's the last messenger of God, and his teachings still hold true to date. You can go get the books How to Eat to Live, Volume 1 and 2. You will see there, Message to the Black Man in America, and various other books. So yeah, Elijah Muhammad.
All right, Reg, and Savior's Day coming up too, by the way.
Savior's Day was actually just this past weekend.
Oh shit, it was.
Yeah.
Damn, I missed it. I'm gonna have to fucking YouTube it. I don't have one. You don't have one at all. All right, Maxwell, you got anybody?
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and say that mine of all time will have to be Nat Turner.
Nah, that's a good one. He was on my list.
I would say only because for he took a stand. You drove him to that point. So for 2 months he retaliated. And I think a lot of times, I'm not saying they got to come down to death or execution, but sometimes I think we as a people, we just take whatever comes. And he took enough, and he finally just rebelled. And I think, that's what sticks and resonates with me. Someone that just, was at their wits' end. Sick and tired of being sick and tired, and they did something about it instead of sitting back and talking about it.
Right.
And you can apply that to your everyday life, from your relationships to how you are at your, if you work a 9 to 5. I'm so sick and tired of this job. You complain about it, you bitch about it all day long. Well, you gonna do something about it.
Right.
That was my biggest complaint and my biggest thing. That's why I went into business for myself. So I honor and I got mad love for Nat Turner. So
I like it.
That's my dude.
I like it. Oh, you got Wayne?
So my number one person, a little bit more today. I'm going with Barack Obama. And I'm going with Barack Obama because
Interesting.
So if we look past the politics and we go to first of all, even if we want to look at it from a political standpoint, I think seeing a black president in office, he finally made it where, we grew up always saying you could be whatever you want to be, except for the president of the United States. And I feel like that he was able to kill that. But that's actually on a lower end. Image is perception. So we live in a world where we already look at how we get looked at as black people. We looked at as thugs. It's all about broken homes. It's all about the ratchet women. It's all about the fathers that are abandoning their children. And I look at all of these things, and what I can appreciate about him was that while in that position of being president, he showed people, and still do, even not even being in office. Man, I love the way that he show how he loved his wife. I love the way that he shows how he loved his family, his kids, and everything like that. And for me, when I say influential,
That's big right now in our day and age because we need to change the perception of what it is that we look like, and we need that influence and we need that example today of how we're supposed to be in our households, how we're supposed to be as men, how we're supposed to love our wives, how we're supposed to love our families and everything like that. It's way bigger than the position of a president. He is an image of what we're supposed to be doing as far as how we're supposed to be loving our women, treating our family and everything like that. And that's why for me, he's number one right now at this point in time on my list as far as influential black leaders.
Nice.
That's good stuff.
Very well said.
All right, y'all. All right.
So
I thought about them.
for me,
This one I'll be on the show.
I'm gonna have to roll with Harriet Tubman.
That would have been.
And the reason I'm gonna roll with Harriet Tubman as the most influential black leader is because of that word, influential. And what Harriet Tubman did, outside of, Nat Turner or any other unspoken hero that we are unaware of, anyone else out there that is an ancestor that did the equivalent of Harriet Tubman or Nat Turner, I'm bigging y'all up too. But when it comes to the quote that I really think of, comes from Harriet Tubman, where she said that, and I don't have it correct, but it goes something like, I freed 1,000 slaves, but I could have freed 1,000 more if they knew that they were slaves.
Yeah.
And when you talk about influence and when you talk about a message, boy, oh boy.
That message resonates today.
Woo!
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir. And we talk about how it resonates in this quote-unquote woke culture and society that we're talking about. That was Harriet Tubman's. Harriet Tubman came up with woke before he even was a woke.
Exactly.
That was her.
While y'all was
We
still
might as well
asleep.
credit Harriet
Exactly.
Tubman for the woke shit. If you only knew that you was a slave, I could have freed 1,000 more. And that also brings me to another thing that I wanted to say before I go ahead and end this is I told you that I finished watching Who Killed Malcolm X. And I suggest everybody down here check that out if you haven't seen so already. And the gentleman,
Where is it?
it's on Netflix.
Gotcha.
There was a gentleman on there that, to me, his story hit me the hardest is because at the end of the docuseries, he talked about how he was estranged from his entire family. He got children he don't know, grandchildren he don't know, and even great-grandchildren he don't know. All for the fact and the reason being that he was incarcerated for the murder of Malcolm X. He was innocent. Wasn't there, was nowhere involved. And this man comes out 80 years old, looking like he's 55. Like you said,
That's them teachers.
that's them teachings. And I'm telling you, man, this shit, it's giving me goosebumps, bruh. So I'm watching this and I'm listening to this man speak with dignity and pride. Someone who was wrongfully incarcerated for over 20 years. Don't know none of his family. They don't want nothing to do with him. But he still got his head high. Still looking good, still living good. And you know what he said to end this show? I swear to God, man, this shit touched me. He said, light is synonymous with knowledge and information. And he said, we as people are like branches. And as a branch grows on a tree, that branch will bend, turn, twist, contort itself any type of way to get to that fucking light. That light is necessary. The light is everything for a branch. But he said, unfortunately, as people in this world, we don't twist, contort, stretch, or do anything possible or whatever it is we need to do to get that light, which is information. And if we would only act like a damn branch.
A branch.
A branch.
trying to get the damn light, we would be better off.
We ain't even got to be the tree. Be a
Man,
branch.
come on, man.
That's good.
So I say that to say that when you talk about Harriet Tubman and you talk about branches and light, damn it, if we only knew how important that light was, we'll be in a much better place, man.
Dope. Dope.
Man.
Guess we could sign off with that.
Absolutely.
Hey.
Cold
Let's
blooded.
go.
Hey, look.
Cold blooded.
Hey, cut the
Hey.
check and pass the plate.
All right, man. We'll see y'all next week, man. It's been the JMatt Show. Love y'all.
Hey.